Oh my goodness, everybody. Hi, welcome to Tuesday, October 3rd,
Yay.
2023, joined by Dennis, John, and Xavier.
Ronnie, as you
Yes.
say at the
Hey,
intro, who we are and stuff, I think that more importantly, I think you need to, and especially a show like today, I assume you have of the Morlocks, that the obscure 70 Morlocks in the back. I think we need to explain exposition for everybody who those people are. I think we honestly need to say Mike Trainer is this, and who was the other one today? Even Wilding. Like I don't think anyone knows
Dellabate.
who these people are. I think that
Thank
No, I don't
you.
think anybody
Thank you for
cares.
interrupting my 12-second intro to say that, Jonathan.
Oh, you're gonna do? I had no idea that. That's
Well, I wasn't going to
amazing.
say anything about the 70 people in the back, but let me just at least get an opening out. You see, you do your own podcast now and your own YouTube thing, and I bet you that nobody interrupts you
Not
when you're
true.
opening up your stupid
Not
show.
true.
Not that your show is stupid, but you know what I'm saying.
It
Not saying
is
that.
very
Oh,
stupid.
no, you
It is very
didn't.
stupid.
Oh
You're right.
no, you didn't.
Not as stupid
Um,
as this show, but it is very stupid.
it's pretty stupid. Not as stupid as this show. That's true. We
we set the bar low, bro.
we are the exactly. It really isn't. We are the floor melon. Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay, see what happens now, John? You see now I lost my complete train of thought. I wanted to talk about some stuff to open up the show. You gotta give me like a minute to open up the goddamn show.
You're gonna bring up Bisnick at the Eagles game on Sunday against the
This
Redskins.
is true. This is
Yep.
true. No, what I was gonna bring up is that my settings might look a little weird because apparently when I move, the camera's been moving with me, kind of thing. And it's because I did a show called Ed Opperman today. It'll be on the radio in a couple of different spots for like a hour 15 or hour 20. I don't know where we were. But it'll be on KCAA in California, KYAH in Utah, and KSHP in Nevada. And he'll also have it on Spreaker, and I guess it'll be coming out tomorrow or the next day. And we just did a lot of chatting about, Howard and the divorce and stuff like that. And he was telling a story about how he had heard that when Howard was still living at home with Allison, not only did he spend all of his time in the basement, but when he was out of the basement, he used to have like this little, there's before like, obviously iPads and stuff. He used to have this little portable TV that he used to walk around the house with. So even when he wasn't in the basement, he had a portable TV with him that he would carry wherever he went and basically ignored the entirety of his family all the time.
What a great dad. What a great dad.
Dad of the year. Dad of the year.
Daddy, absolutely.
So yeah, I was on terrestrial radio. I couldn't curse. I literally have a piece of paper here that says no cursing so that I would remember to not say curse words. It's kind of hard.
So you're on WKY, KY Jelly in Utah?
KYJ. Yeah, KYJ.
More important, what is Dennis drinking tonight?
Oh, well, Dennis is starting with a little amaretto,
Nice.
and he's going to add some.
with
Now, we're
Dennis,
starting. This is a Godfather at this
with
point because I'm
Dennis.
adding some Old Forester rye.
Amaretto?
Is that medicine?
Yes, that makes a Godfather. But today I'm twisting it. I like twisting.
Okay.
So I'm adding Campari to my Godfather to give it a
like
little bit of
Robitussin.
bitterness to knock off the amaretto sweet. And we're going to float that a little in there.
Tussin.
Okay.
Looks like some tussin.
2 more ice cubes, Dennis.
You need to take some Tussin. I'll knock that right out.
Now let me see.
Um,
Monica
my
just read on Yahoo that David Lee Roth's taken over for you on terrestrial.
And then
Well, but it was fun. It's always interesting when you can't curse and you can't really say things the way you want to say it.
Quite
so you
delicious.
have to actually think about it.
What were the
Which is something
topics?
we never
What was
do
the, what
here.
was the I'm eager to listen to this.
Well, he wanted me on because he wanted to talk about the Globe article. So that's what we kind of started with. But then he was listening to the show a little bit, and we went into a whole thing about the Trump tweet and things like that. He tried to push me a little bit politically, and I didn't really want to go there, and that's okay, whatever. And
That's Opperman, right? That's Opperman.
that's classic Ed, exactly.
Yeah, it's EO.
So it was kind of an interesting conversation, and we'll see how it goes. It's not on yet. Well, look at you in your little shorty shorts. I see
like
your
a little
balls.
shorty shorts on.
I see your balls.
No, you can't see my balls. I wear boxer briefs. Keeps
Ow,
everything all tight.
keeps everything snug.
Keeps
Right?
them snug in a
Little
little
snug.
pouch.
Dennis,
Little
I'm
pouch.
I'm
What's
so
in there?
worried about the nude dude throwdown after a home invasion. I won't even wear boxer briefs to bed. It's got to be basketball shorts.
Are you kidding? That's
God
a lot of
damn.
fabric. That's a lot
That's
of
all.
fabric.
That is funny.
I would melt to death if.
Yeah, I'm too. I wouldn't even want to wear boxer briefs in the.
No, I'd rather
throwdown.
confront somebody completely naked. The ultimate
Like,
satisfaction.
Do you go up to him and on guard?
I just feel like
Pop, pop. Oops.
basketball shorts would like bunch up into your ass and just get up in your
Correct.
shoe.
No, not the ones I wear. Carmelone
wait a
specials.
minute.
My elbows are sharper.
It doesn't get you. It doesn't get you little boys in like a twist. I
I
mean,
don't
there's
wear
a whole
John
bunch of stuff
Stockton
going
shorts,
around.
Dennis.
What?
I don't wear John Stockton shorts. I wear
How
Oh,
long?
you're not.
Where do they come to?
Zach
on your-
Randolph shorts.
Where do they
Oh
come?
my
to
God.
Your legs.
The
Where do
top
they
of my
come to?
knees.
Holy Christ.
Top of your knees. That's
Yes.
a lot of clothing. That's a lot of clothing.
It's like you might as well just wear a whole
They're
night
so
shirt.
loose though.
Might as well. One of those ones with a little sleepy time hat, like Ebenezer Scrooge.
You look like
A sleeping
dress-
cap is the funniest visual.
dressed like Scrooge.
Handle with the little piece of metal behind it.
I have a sleeping cap with a mace on the end, like Hawkman.
Little readers at like
Yeah.
half mast. All swinging
Oh, I
to
keep
and
on thinking
fro.
it's the original Ebenezer, the original Scrooge, the English version.
Armaneser.
I got the
What
visual.
else
Got the visual.
Armaneser. His old night shirt.
Armaneser.
But I'm really looking forward to listening to that, Monique. You on terrestrial. That's what I say. I listened to a clip the other day of somebody talking about. It was Jackie. It was Jackie talking to Bert Kreischer, and Jackie agrees with me. He loves dancing around the sensors. Bert and Jackie agree with me. They love playing the game where you dance around the sensors and use the language to, F you instead of fuck you and blah blah blah. Jackie,
It's you know what, once you in the mode of it, like you have to think about what you say. That's the only difference. You just have to think about it, then think about it again, and then think really quickly in your mind, what word can you use to kind of say what you want to say and replace the bad word. Because I always want to say the bad word. I always want to say the bad word.
I do have Aquaman pajamas, Rupert. I do. I actually do.
Did you see
Kumar.
Pantaloons? I love that.
Pantaloons.
So for some reason, my Audacity.
Roboticus. Mo keeps using the C word.
C word.
In 10 seconds, you drop the C word.
Did I use the C word?
I don't know.
No, I did not. I did not use that. I did not use the C
Didn't
word.
use C word.
So
Oh,
we were
man.
talking before we got on air about whether or not next week, and I kind of want to start with this because let's get it out of the show first and foremost. We were trying to figure out whether or not Howard's going to be on vacation next week or the week after, because historically this is the week where he works the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then he's off next week. So is the crew of miscreants flying out to Las Vegas next week?
Yes.
Or
at the
as
end.
Dennis says, are they off the week after and they're flying out after the show ends on Wednesday, which seems like a scramble because as you know, I've been trying to get to Las Vegas so I can go see you too. And it is extremely difficult to find a direct flight to Vegas, and most flights home from Vegas are like weird red eyes because who the hell wants to take a red eye home?
And that's why I'm figuring that it is the week after, because it's Columbus Day on Monday on the 16th. Okay, so that's like a school day. So he's a petulant teenager, and they're all saying they're getting there Wednesday night or Thursday. That's what I mean. So if you're off, you would have gone earlier than that because the stuff starts on Thursday or Wednesday night actually, and that's pretty rushed. And then the wedding is late Saturday, which means, they
have a lot of stuff planned. They have like a Thursday thing, a Friday activity.
I think there's a Sunday thing too. I mean,
Saturday thing and a Sunday thing. Well, you know what? When it's a destination wedding like that, which is what it is for most people that are going to it, you kind of do need to provide things for people.
Oh, absolutely.
Do, since you're making them come to your stupid thing. Yes, Beanie Mac. It is a desperately needed vacation. He worked 4 weeks in a row. It's too much for it. So what happened on today's show, which is so much more important than pretty much anything else that happened on today's show, is that Baba Idiot revealed revealed where Ronnie's big pool party that they couldn't stop talking about today because everybody's got these cabanas and
Mm-mm.
so he starts to talk about,
Oh, it is
holy
mine.
crap,
Shit.
you can't even imagine how expensive this place is. So since it's already on Reddit, far be it for me not to share with everybody
Hi,
what
Reddit.
Yes.
Moron said, and then I can show you what's going on with it. Okay, so hang on, let me get to that one really quickly. Please bear with me. I don't have everything in order like I normally do because I messed up my Audacity. All right, here we go.
When he has a cabana, he's got, people are going to want to eat and
Oh, yeah.
drink in that cabana. That's what people do because there's nothing else to do.
Howard, I'm looking at some of the prices of this cabana. Holy shit.
Yeah, because he never goes anywhere that's super expensive, and that
No,
on
not at
board
all.
doesn't spend like like he's a prisoner of war that was just
Wait.
out.
That's a cabana?
So this is where they are.
Jesus.
Okay, so this is where they are
It's typical
having.
Vegas, bro.
It's every cabana in Vegas.
Vegas.
Oh, I guess I've
Monique,
never
I'm
done
sorry, I've
that.
heard that. I just
Which
didn't think
hotel
that
is
was
this?
a
Is this
name of
the?
anything. It's a general. I thought it was just a cabana,
It's
as
all
in
the night
any
ball.
old cabana. Yeah. I
Oh
didn't
no. So this is at a place called Rouge Room, and the
Where?
pool there looks like this. And what they did is Ronnie rented 2 cabanas, and then Wayne Siegel rented a third cabana, and then they had this whole stupid conversation about, oh, who are you going to invite in the cabana? Everybody's going to be hanging out outside. Nobody's going to be in the cabanas. Blah, 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 blah. So it is your classic cabana scenario. And then Baba Idiot decides he's going to share the menu. So a simple Google search then determined where it was based on what Gary says next. So
Oh my God.
here we go. Hang on a second. Let me share this.
Cabana. Holy
Hello.
shit.
Here we go.
Cocktails are $28.
Ooh, what I mean.
Caviar service is $225 per 3 ounce. That's got written all over it.
Caviar service for 3.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh my God.
A Cadillac margarita in a souvenir cup is $125.
I'll take 4 of those. Howard,
Wayne, you-
straws.
Oh, it's Red Rock.
Howard, I suggested to Ronnie that he set up velvet ropes and hire some doormen to kind of take care of crowd control.
Shut up, Blit. I hate you. Number one.
So,
Number
so
two.
they're having it at Red Rock because that's near where Ronnie lives.
They
He lives on that side of Vegas.
So
Okay.
hang on, I'm looking for the
Oh my God.
margarita in the stupid cup.
Souvenir cup.
Yeah, where's the silver? Here it is. Here, classic margarita, Cadillac margarita in a souvenir cup, $125.
Is the
Here
souvenir
is-
cup made of gold?
Caviar, 3 ounces, $225, and
Jesus.
yeah, and drinks are $28. So I literally Googled Cadillac margarita in souvenir cup, and lo and behold, the first thing that came up
Red Rock.
was Red Rock Rouge Room. So, wah, wah. That's
Wow.
I believe it's pronounced Rogue Room.
Yeah, it should
Rouge
be.
Room.
Rogue. ROG.
Rouge, red.
Rogue you?
red. See how red
It's
it is?
Rogue. Like Rogue One. It's just ROG.
Rogue you?
Uruguay.
I'm gonna say it's
Oh,
Rouge.
and I was wrong. I obviously I got 5 hours of sleep last night. Yeah, if Columbus Day is the 9th. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking.
You know what?
I'm gaslighting you because I'm tired.
Holy crap! Wow.
I'm so tired. I just
I can't,
wanna pee
but
in.
I am going to tell you, Xavier, not to fight with you, but I do think it's Rouge.
That's a bit from Pitch Guy
What is?
when he does Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
Rouge.
Okay.
Rug you.
All right, you're confusing me. Everybody's confusing me now. It's driving me crazy.
I want
Sorry,
to
that
pee in
was
that
that was
pool.
bad.
I love
I
what Jeremy
apologize.
Harrelson writes
I
here. This
apologize to
truly
everybody
is
listening.
the Costco of Eugene trash. This
Yeah.
whole setup. It's Wayne Siegel. It's Zoss Rapin. It's Ronnie. It's on this show. You think all the Jews are Italian and all the Italians are Jews.
All right, let's see how much it costs. Let's number of
I
people.
wonder if there's going to be entertainment provided too.
2
Oh, do you think
people.
You know what I mean?
Lonnie from Scores is going?
Jim
Yeah, I
Norris.
think so.
You think he would, like by
there may be
default,
some
right?
entertainment, if you know what I mean, Xavier.
Oh,
absolutely.
prostitutes.
Oh,
mean
those,
prostitutes?
yes, working
Oh,
girls.
Yes.
You mean prostitutes to ogle dirty old men? I got it.
A prostitute
Exactly.
is someone who love you no matter where
All right,
you
let's see how much it
are,
costs
what
for
you look
a.
like.
Let's see how much it costs for a room, a cabana there.
Let me
Dip
see.
de Rouge. Let's go there on
Oh, dear
October
Lord.
26th. Let's just see what the price is.
Holy no.
Poolside cabana. Okay, so 2 cabanas is $1,000. 3 cabanas, and that doesn't include anything. That's just to
What?
hold. That's just to hold the space
Oh
so
my
that you have the
God.
cabana. You can have like 12 people in there or whatever, but then everything else is
A la carte.
bar service. Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, you'd have to do bottle service, right? Mandatory.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're looking at minimum $400 for a bottle of fucking
Oh my goodness, yes.
$20
Jesus.
whiskey.
How
Yes,
about
everyone.
Michelob Ultra for $13?
Wait.
Yankee
A
Stadium.
high noon seltzer is $11.
Monique, what is that?
That's
Mick Ultra
Vegas,
what?
bro.
It's
That's all
Michelob
Vegas.
Ultra.
No, how much was it? I can't see. My eyes are
$13.
terrible. That's 1 calorie a dollar. I have the
Holy
worst eyes.
crap.
I literally can't see it. It's not your fault. It's my.
No, it's
And the
okay.
thing is, normally people get these cabanas to try to impress and perpetrate like they're rich. To
Yes.
like the other 20-something-year-olds.
Yes.
Here you have, they're literally, it's a gathering for an
Yeah.
80-year-old man.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, it's
That's usually called a celebration of life, not a wedding.
Yes.
Wait,
But-
so I'm trying to think though. The people that work on this show, they can't afford this.
no.
I mean,
They can if
no,
you
they
max out a credit
can't.
card.
No.
No, and like he said, it's just everybody's going to be hanging out. It's not like
Oh,
everybody's going to be in the
well.
cabanas, and and listen, Ronnie said this thing is costing around $100,000. So listen,
Stupid.
invited literally the secretaries at like Sirius. So
No, you're joking. Oh, that's right. He did.
he did.
Why?
He did.
Why?
So
God,
our red
let 'em,
flag,
dude.
our red flag list theory is so solid. If they're coming, you know everyone's coming. DePace, Richie Wilson, Ganji, they're all gonna be there.
I love it.
All the boys will be present.
Spend that money, boys.
Pretty
Don't be cheap.
sure Mr. Whiskers is going to be busy the week after.
Mr. Whiskers
Oh,
been
yeah.
trying to call for a week. Picked
Yeah.
up on Mr. Whiskers.
Yeah,
Smiles.
Whiskers has been trying to call this Ruth
joke.
Bananas.
Here, look. Listen, everybody, I'm going to call right now. Ready? In the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon. Here we go. Calling now.
Nobody picks up. It's been busy.
Bastard won't pick up the phone.
He's
Oh, they hang up.
He's been
There's
trying.
no way that the Stern Show is not picking up some of this.
Tell
There's
them you
no
want to have
way.
a wedding. Tell them you want to have a wedding on a
I don't
Tuesday.
know,
and see what
bro.
they
I
say.
don't think so.
But I mean, they're using hours of content from it, and they're going to use hours of content afterwards. Ronnie is an imbecile if he doesn't get this paid for by the,
We said
by
that,
the Stern
Dennis.
Show.
We said
Well, he
that
is an
weeks
imbecile,
ago.
bro.
We said that weeks ago. He
Well, he
should
is an
hold
imbecile.
out and negotiate wedding.
Don't forget, Ronnie Munda's brought to you by Morgan and Morgan.
Yo,
Absolutely.
that
So I can't
Morgan
really
and Morgan.
show things on his Instagram. I mean, on his Twitter because it's all titties. But
And
yeah, it's got
Morgan and Morgan. They're such
Morgan,
outstanding, upstanding people.
Yes,
Dirt bags.
ambulance chasers.
Dirtbag. John Morgan, what a
reposts
dirtbag.
and retweets all of Morgan and Morgan stuff. So
Sure,
that's-
sure.
So and
Good
he's
for them.
paid by like some strip joints and he
Mhm.
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Yes, everyone. Why the terrorists hate us. Howard Stern's limo driver gets access to all this shit. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody has to benefit from it. It's not going to be Wendy the retard.
No, yeah.
Wish
One
this
other
was-
thing also in the news. Now, what are the odds? I don't know
yeah.
that this will happen. I'm just going to throw it out there. And thank you to Mike who emailed this to me. I'm not really sure who you are in the chat. But
Quite.
I don't think it's him. I'm not really sure. But anyway, he says, okay, so what are the odds that Howard will bring this up to Beth when she tries to go to Paris?
Oh,
100%.
That's right. I just saw
They're
that.
even riding the trains and a ferry. So apparently
is
they're being
amazing.
invaded by bed bugs.
This
Uh,
is amazing.
Yeah, I should actually post this on Twitter right this second so that Stern Show will see
That
it.
Stern Show, yes.
Okay, hold on. Let's do that right now because why not? At
Oh.
Stern
Well, Beefus is okay. They're not stall bugs. They're bed bugs.
will,
Ooh.
of course, I can't. Will Howard Stern attempt to
This is going to be amazing.
death from her whirlwind tour of Paris friends in January.
This is a
LOL.
Cardozo hotel deal. isn't it?
Oh, they like pommes de free.
Yeah, Scott the engineer, Anthony. That's the big one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Très bien.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, yes, I just want to bring that up. Thank you, Mike, for posting that
Catastrophique.
sending that out to me. And yeah, maybe for Howard, they'll get into Beth's crotch. He'll be safe then. Yes, this is true. So let's talk about the show today.
Sure, why not?
Can't even say anything that happened. A lot of talk about the wedding, of course, free content, which is going to be even worse when they get back. It's just going to be all Ronnie wedding all the time. It's going to be insane.
Absolutely.
Here's the first. I mean, now you tell me. Everybody can give me a show of hands because you know you guys are much more Howard savant than I can ever possibly be. But you tell me if this has ever come up ever before, and if it could possibly be true. Here we go.
So, focused on his job and making it look
Talking about
believable
Arnold
that he would
Schwarzenegger.
be blindfolded and he could put together and dismantle a gun, which seems to be important to gun guys. So I remember I've done that. I've actually done it.
You've blindfolded yourself?
Yeah, I did because I read that guys do that. And I was like, well, geez.
There's no way this is true.
I don't know. I was actually studying for the Glock armorer test where I would become an armorer at one point in my life.
What's an armorer?
Everyone.
An armorer
This
is
is fake
a
as
guy who
fuck.
can repair weapons,
Really?
yeah, but I mean, yeah. So I was training to do this skill and I blindfolded myself. And I mean, I did okay, but it's not necessary. You don't really,
Okay.
Bro.
This is Vietnam.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Guys.
This is the second duty of
Guys, are you
Vietnam.
kidding me?
That's so fake. It's not even funny. I
This
mean,
has
I
never
heard it and
come
I
up.
laughed at it.
Robin called him out.
Yep.
He's saying it with shock and amazement that Schwarzenegger actually was able to do this blindfolded for a movie. And then somehow it's not that amazing because he's
He did
actually
it.
done it. Because he was
Sure.
training for some Glock test. Can you help me with this?
All right. To
I
be
think you
basically
confused the Glock
go
for a
ahead.
Steely Dan.
No, what he's trying to do, what he was trying to do, Glock armor. So it's basically somebody that can repair and modify Glock handguns. And no way, no how.
No way, right? No way.
He is mechanically inept. There's no way in God's green. I don't think he could disassemble a weapon. Forget about putting it back together.
I
He's
feel
an
like
idiot.
he is a badge bunny. So, and we
Yeah.
know he owns guns. So I
But
do
he doesn't
feel like
maintain them.
I don't think he does.
definitely, he definitely
You
owns
know,
guns.
I
Everybody
used to
who has
believe
come on
that
the
he
show
does.
has said
I
that.
don't buy that he does anymore.
Everybody who we have ever asked that question to has said that yes, he does.
Oh no, he has guns, but he doesn't maintain them.
I
He-
think
he
that
has
he
other
has
people
gun
take care of them.
teacher.
Still has a wrapper on it.
He has a gun teacher.
He has a
who
gun
probably-
tutor. He has a gun tutor.
Yes, he has a gun tutor.
He's a gun tutor.
Yeah, I don't know about him doing it. I don't believe
I
that's
doubt. I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, so
Well,
we
he's
called
in his house. Produce one and do it.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
This
you're
was
probably.
this was in relates to Schwarzenegger, right? Coming in tomorrow, and he claims.
I
want to fast.
So you know what?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian Houston. Play it.
So
Have barbecues. I want to see my friends. The old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs. And we'll play. Listen to that.
So
Then we're supposed
you know
to
the
believe
thing
that guy
is,
is strapped.
if he's doing it, if he's doing this, he should do it for Arnold. In his interview, he should take one apart right on the air.
Right.
He has video. He's supposed to be on TV.
In addition, Dennis, shouldn't we be bringing up Alec Baldwin and Rust? Wasn't the whole thing over the armorer that didn't check the gun
armorer
properly?
screwed up.
I didn't even know that
Oops.
term until Alec Baldwin came along with Rust.
Whoops.
The armorer.
Bullshit.
I call bullshit. Absolutely. I need that clip right now. I need that to own I need that on our channel, and I need to play it all
I
the
mean, it
time.
would be so easy for him to do if he didn't know how to do it. Just get one, disassemble it. You don't have to be blindfolded. And
I
put
So
it
don't
we're,
know.
we're
together.
assuming he stole this from SEAL Team Sex. Mike the
I-
cop, someone like that. This is
Oh,
he
absolutely.
takes their stories, the badge money, the stolen
Mhm.
valor, pussy, right?
I don't know.
Armchair warrior during
Mm-hmm.
9/11.
Yeah.
All I know is that
I'll run with that.
Robin has been calling him out on this BS like more and
Yeah,
more.
she's on her own little planet.
She is. She's a lone wolf. All right, let's move on. So next, so they start talking about some show on HBO called Naked something or another.
Naked and Afraid?
No, it's not
no,
Naked Afraid.
naked.
It's basically an
Hold on, I'll pull
evaluation
it.
show of people like they
Oh, okay.
get
Sure.
naked, and it's on like HBO Max or something like that. And
It's on Max, yes.
I saw it the other day. I was like, oh, all right, let me see what this is that Howard's talking about. I admit it, I got sucked into the vortex of what is he talking about. And I swear to you, if I lasted 42 seconds, it was a lot. It's just so it's just a bunch of naked people. None of them are in good shape. I mean, maybe like 2 or 3 are in good shape. And then there's like a curtain or like a thing that rises. No, it's not naked chef. And that rises.
It's naked. I heard the whole damn thing this morning.
Choose if you want to see them from the feet up or from the head down, maybe. So you can judge them by their nether regions or by what they look like. So they're talking about this, and Howard, of course, says the most spectacularly amazing thing that a man with 3 girl children can possibly say.
And almost 70.
Here's a man rating a woman's vulva, but I got to tell you, I'm not really clear on what a vulva is anyway. I wouldn't even know how to
It's the
rate your
whole
vulva.
thing. It's the
that's the-
outside. Yeah.
So what are the odds, ladies and gentlemen, that he was not present for the 3 times his wife was pregnant and they said to her, it's a girl, and here you can tell by the vulva, which
I
is
think Bobo was present more than
entirety
Howard was
of
for
the
the birth of the kids.
perimeter and environs of the vagina. Okay.
Did you say environs and hit the N at the end? Did
Yeah.
you? I think since you've done the Oppenheimer report, you've gotten a gassed up head. You've really gotten full of yourself. Environs. And she hits the N.
Fire.
That's
So
silly.
I mean, this is an allegedly. Wait, this is even funnier is this is a man that allegedly watches only lesbian porn. You would definitely have a very good graphic idea of what that whole thing looks like if you watch that, because that's kind of the whole focus thing right there. He had no idea of.
I'm sorry.
of anything, any
3
part of it.
female children. I'm shocked and amazed that you don't know.
He doesn't know the lips. He knows nothing. He didn't even know what a little man in the boat was. He had no idea.
Seriously, did they do ultrasounds when he had children? No, he doesn't know what any
Bobo
of
knows. Bobo was there.
And Bobo knows. But I mean,
Yeah.
even beyond that, though, he watches. But the thing is, he says he watches lesbian porn. There's only a certain amount of there's only certain equipment to look at in that,
Pretty
and
much a close up is
scenario?
mandatory on most
yeah.
porn.
So he ain't watching that, and no.
Oh, so yucky.
Can you hire
Exactly.
a vulva? Can you
Vagina.
hire a vulva coach?
Vulva
these
coach.
days?
Yes.
Yeah.
He might be able. This is Bert Beanie Mac is so right. Could black guy is so true. Could anyone see Howard trying to load a gun with those rigor mortis feeble fingers?
No.
You couldn't even get
No.
the bullets in the
No.
mag.
No.
Jackson Hell.
Linda
No.
Aries goes, I can't picture Ichabod Crane at the gun range. It's so good. Linda.
Ah, jeez.
Uh,
Everything about it is wrong. He's
uh,
such a liar. It's just amazing. to me. All right. So moving
But
on
isn't he
from
watching trans porn?
yes. Well, listen, gotta pick and
There you
choose
go.
this. Trans
What do you
lesbo
think?
porn.
Does he have something going on with HBO since the Springsteen thing where he has to bring up everything they do now, regardless of whether he's into
Oh,
it or not?
it's paid
You think
commercial.
there's a product placement here with
Oh,
that?
he did
It's a
several of them
weird
today.
thing. Yeah,
He
I
did
thought-
several.
I agree.
That- He did Bachelor, Max. He did the Max show, and then he did. There was one more product placement he did today. I'm like so brain dead. It was like literally, it was running commercials and then back office people.
He ain't
And that's
doing
why they
shit
call
out
it
of the
dope,
kindness
my
of his
friend
heart.
Dennis. That's why they call it dope. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste tonight. I see it.
Or it's the 5 hours of sleep I got.
You don't
The
sound bad
weekend
to
is
me,
not
Dennis. You
affecting
seem good. You
itself right
seem
now.
lucid. You seem good.
Dennis had a weekend to end all weekends. It is
Yeah.
now manifesting itself fully in
You
his
know,
in his behavior.
Plus
Plus, we went way too long
Sunday.
yesterday, so we're going to keep going. So Howard's talking about this Naked Attraction show, and he hates the fact that it's an English show, and then he starts to do this horrendous Cockney accent that he does, which is probably the worst accent that he does.
He's such a
I'm just
gifted
gonna play a
mimic.
little bit of it because it sucks so hard. Here we go.
You know what I
This is
mean?
not the Queen. Yeah, these people have never met the Queen.
I had 2 kids, so when I spread me legs, I got a cave for pussy. I got actual cavemen living in this hole. I think that dick could fill me hole very well. Please, sir, may I have some more?
Jesus Christ.
It gets worse.
I know.
Do that again.
I
Nobody's
got
asking you to.
a large smelly hole, I do. In fact, one year me husband fit a Christmas goose in my hole and hid it in there. You can hear the echo from here. Look at the size of his tarja. Can I go up and smell it?
I can't.
What a gifted mimic. Now you know why they didn't need Billy West in '96.
Who
Wow.
needs Billy?
Who needs Billy West when you got this guy? Or Howard Sour Shoes full time. What a gifted mimic.
I mean, I closed my eyes and I thought I was listening to the Christmas Carol.
Right? You're in South
seriously.
London in the 1800s.
Exactly. It's
Dennis,
like
right?
Oliver Twist with the Christmas goose and the whole thing. That's what it reminded me of. That's why I
And
brought
he
it
was,
up.
he was amplified too. He had the modulator on and the
The whole thing.
Yeah, he couldn't even do it then.
Just awful. Just awful. So yeah, that was a horrible part of the show. Let's jump around a little
Like
bit.
anything got better?
No, it didn't get better. It didn't get better.
Get better.
Then,
Worse.
oh, see, Nicholas says the wedding is the weekend of the 14th. Ronnie said it would be the weekend of the NASCAR. Yeah, we know that.
We know that.
The thought is he's off next week. Howard is definitely off next week.
So is Columbia. Columbus Day is next week. So yeah, he always takes that. Unless he's going to change it up. But I mean,
then
who knows?
tomorrow is Schwarzenegger, right? And so is he coming into office for that? According to what Beth said, according to what Beth said, they're going in this weekend because something spectacular is happening. So who knows? We don't know.
That's pre-recorded. What's happening?
We don't know anything. We don't know what we don't know.
But
We don't. What we
it's not going to be. It's not tomorrow though. It's not for tomorrow. It's for Thursday because that's when his appointment is.
What's for Thursday? No,
He's
but
going to the
something
city. It's Thursday.
spectacular is happening.
Thursday.
That can't be his procedure. Can't be his procedure, Dennis. That's not
no. He's going to do something else with the after the
count
before
as
the-
Like a pre-taped John Mayer interview.
I got that.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm into that. So anyway, he starts talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame again because, pretty much what he talks about these days is a repetition of something he talked about last week, week before, year before, month before, whatever it is. So here he is, talking about his total flex at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Night.
5
Oh,
hours,
it's
6
so.
hours.
Oh, man. I
Just as a setup, he's talking about how the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is going to be aired this year, I guess on the Disney Channel or an ABC or something like that, and how horrible it's going to be for that to happen.
I'm such a bitch. When I got involved with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I just said to these guys, I'm willing to do it, but I got to go on first. I apologize, because they like to save the best for last, and Bon Jovi was considered the closer.
He's even as
I said, I don't care if you put it at the end. That's fine. But I'm going first. So when you see the taping of it, it looks like Bon Jovi went on last, but they in fact went on first.
To bend over for this asshole is just like
it is depressing to think that people are that ballless to let this aged out pelican, who has no audience, no pull, no juice, dictate when you're going to run a show. I mean, and what an utter bitch. I mean, you can't stay up to 11 o'clock. You little girl. I mean, you seriously.
11 o'clock. He literally went first and then went home.
I did my
8:30 at night. You went home.
Those guys while they each gave their speeches.
Oh.
And then I said to my wife, I'm going to sleep, going back to my hotel room. She goes, you're kidding. Aren't you going to watch the rest of the show? I go, I'm not a masochist. It's bad enough I
Wow.
waste 2 hours of my life every week on Bachelor in Paradise. I'm not going to waste my time. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I sat there for a
Imagine.
while. They were setting up for the cars, and then the cars got up.
Oh, he's so upset that the cars went up, and not only did Rick Ocasek talk, but other members of the cars.
And when they
Holy
each,
crap.
like Rick Ocasek, fine.
They suck.
And then
They're such a
boom,
bad
each
band.
one went up. And I said, I'm going to bed.
I'm with you, Shaka. And shame on you, Bon Jovi, for gassing his head up and giving and letting him. You can't find someone better. Get Bruce, the guy you ripped off his speech intonation and music.
Yeah, exactly.
Get someone out. You really need Howard to do this. You know what you're getting yourself into. Shame on you, Bon Jovi. Find somebody better.
I mean,
Find
but
somebody
could
who's
you
in rock and
imagine?
It's
roll.
Bon Jovi, bro.
It is Bon Jovi. It's not
Do you
really a
Remember
real
when he
rock
did his
band.
pop-up show, and he asked Bon Jovi what his, song was? Does anybody remember what that basic bitch said his song was?
Nope.
Me neither.
Don't.
No, I don't really. I don't care. I don't get.
Boring,
this
basic,
is-
and stupid, and it's like, ew, you're in rock and roll for the last 35
It was
years.
very bourgeois.
It
was
was
not
very basic, bitch.
basic, bitch. It was
When I was a
basic.
teenager, Bon Jovi was music for people who didn't like music. It was
Exactly.
It was.
Yeah,
you
pretty
would, you know
much.
how stuff
Yeah,
in a
that's pretty
locker
it,
you'd
yeah.
get if you got caught wearing a Bon Jovi T-shirt.
So I had this really close friend. She was my best friend until we had a major falling out.
She liked Bon Jovi, and that was it.
She loved Bon Jovi,
Yeah,
and
that was all.
one
Some
time
weird people. What's
she
the matter? Was Poison not available?
exactly. And so she would go see
Cinderella.
him when he was at Madison Square Garden. So she asked me if I wanted to go with her because she had 2 tickets. So I said, sure, I'll come with you. And she's like,
Ooh.
please. So I treated her for dinner, and then she had the tickets, and we were in the 200 section. So they're really good seats. And it was while Richie Sambora was still with the band. So at least it was like partially interesting. But the people there, I mean, it was every single housewife or friend of yours that you looked up from Facebook and saw what they look like today, and that's exactly who was in the audience. And every one of them is wearing Bon Jovi t-shirts and singing every song and screaming at Bon Jovi. And I get when you have a full MSG full of people that are just crazy, like batshit crazy over you. That's why he is like who he is. That's why he's so popular.
So
Where'd
I
they have the
was
concert?
at a.
Chinatown?
What?
Go ahead, Dennis.
Oh, so I was at a Metallica concert in 1988, and the first banner that came down was Bon Jovi sucks.
That's good.
This is at the Meadowlands. That was absolutely
I
just
saw
yep, spot
Metallica at
on.
the Meadowlands. I actually saw Metallica open for Guns N' Roses at the Meadowlands.
Really?
Yeah,
Actually, the Cult opened for Metallica
and that's
on
nice. I
this
like the
tour,
Cult. She saw Sanctuary.
and they were terrible.
Oh,
The
that's
Cult was terrible that night. They were
Metallica
horrible.
blew away Guns N' Roses. Then Guns N' Roses has the balls to be like 2 hours late. It was horrible.
Well, that's the way they were.
Well, you know what? It's all the same. Only the names have changed.
Okay, so then after the tirade that he's been on, the whole Taylor Swift thing, the whole everything insanity that he's been on, this is him lamenting how sad he is that he doesn't have her on the show. Here we go.
Boy, I wish we could get Taylor Swift in here because, everyone would buy Sirius. It would be it.
Right.
Just come in with Travis Kelce and we'll talk about what's
Yeah,
going
sure.
on.
That'll happen.
Like when
Please,
Oprah got,
Taylor.
yeah, like when Oprah got
Please tell Liz and the begging.
Prince Harry and Meghan, whatever her name is.
Right.
Pathetic.
Blow us up.
Yeah, blow us
So-
up.
Blow us up.
All right.
Come in now.
So
Wait,
Superman.
wait.
A brother.
Help a brother out. Yeah, come in with Travis Kelce and let's have a conversation.
We're the
It would-
exclusive
Yeah.
interviewers of
Jesus Christ.
Taylor and Travis.
He was sitting 2 feet away from her. Why didn't you do it then?
Yeah, exactly. Why didn't you ask her
You
then?
were 2 feet away from her,
That's
bro.
right.
I like how he thinks that, Sirius is the only place you can get music. I believe Taylor Swift probably gets a lot of listening on YouTube Music and
Wait, Taylor
Spotify.
Swift was last
Fair
needs
share.
70-year-old interviewing her for 3 hours and proving.
Oh, could you imagine how painful that would be?
No, this
Whoa.
is his dream guest, though. Think
Yeah,
about
70-year-old.
how he would feel with all these 14-year-olds tuning in to the Stern Show that they can hear their besties being like objectified and probed like it was like Psych 101. Can you even imagine how horrible that would be?
How old is Taylor Swift?
30?
Barely 30.
30?
All right,
No,
she's like 30, 30,
She's in her
33.
early
Okay.
30s.
Yeah.
She's in her early 30s. He has absolutely nothing to talk to her about. Nothing. Zero.
You
Nothing.
remember when Richard Christie was fawning over Pat Mahomes in
Yes.
Sirius? It wasn't on
Yes.
the Stern Show. Mahomes is there and Richard.
Yeah.
What are the chances Travis Kelce knows who Howard is? Do you think
None.
why on earth would
None.
Taylor Swift know or care? How many little she has to do to pay attention to this show? All the things and valuable stimulus out there to pay. Why would she know who Howard is? Why? Why would Kelce know?
You do know that she does give to Beth Stearns charity. Right? Taylor Swift
Well, that's
gives-
all right. So
Wait,
the Taylor
why you
Swift
gotta be
thing-
that way, Mel?
I'm sorry.
No, but
We gotta
Mo,
be that
She
way.
you
personally
realize
does, or her publicist?
Taylor
She has
Swift-
no idea who she is.
Taylor
she has
Swift
no idea.
See,
That-
I was
Taylor
right.
Swift's furry friends gives to Beth Stearns' furry friend.
Yeah, there you go.
She's got
With
a
but
great
it's
charity.
just
And
it's
they
just
give
literally
out, like,
one of those things where, like, oh well, crap, we'll just write them a check, I guess.
like shit, I got to give out $100,000 before the end of the year. Who am I gonna
Exactly.
give to? They parcel it out, and that's the way it works.
I'm
Now-
looking at her YouTube channel, and she has like her videos are like 46 million,
Exactly.
64 million,
It's
164
just
million.
seem to
She
have
has-
that kind of
She
pull.
has 54.3 million subscribers.
By the way,
Jesus
he's never had,
Christ.
Why
he's
the
never
hell
had
would
that
she
pull.
even
He's
Right.
never had that pull
In
ever.
her
No.
world, if time is money, what on earth would this do to up her profile? What
Nothing.
Xavier just said. She's how many? 80
Zero.
million followers?
Oh, no.
Zero.
She would get bigger in the 60 to 80 group.
Yeah.
Hey Xavier, did you just link me to Instagram? Is this today?
Oh yeah.
Stupid Graham.
That's breaking news. Someone is clearly disturbed by the recent
Globe article?
Yeah, so she's trying to
Oh,
do some damage.
Yeah,
to
she
the
said
show.
that yesterday.
This picture was taken the morning after our wedding in New York City. It's 15 years later, and my smile is just as big, if not bigger.
She misspelled bank account.
Is this
So-
anniversary weekend?
This is like so
It's close.
She's posted
close.
She posted this.
Have you-
No,
this
this
picture
is
so many
this is
times.
wedding weekend. It must be.
So
per her.
you know, the old saying is that thou do protest too much. This is a little too much protesting on this. You realize that, right?
Absolutely.
Way too much.
Yeah,
Way
it hit a
too much.
nerve.
She loves that.
It
that
totally
she
No, 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 no,
loves
no,
them
no.
waiting for her.
No. When there's smoke, there's fire.
So
And we've heard it on the air. It is not a happy camper.
No.
Ew.
Pissed off.
It is not happy at all. It wants to get on that plane tomorrow and go to Paris and
when would you
not come
say
back.
she was happy, Dennis?
What?
When would you say she was ever happy?
It was
in this
happy when it
marriage?
was first there, thinking it was going to have
This
a
moment.
career.
Right there, right
Yeah,
there.
when it thought it was going to have a career.
Millions.
Right.
He's gonna have a career.
Mhm.
Everything's coming up roses. La la
Yeah.
la la.
He's
So
going to
it's-
stay in the
everything's
city. I
coming
get to
up
stay in
horses.
the Hamptons.
I would say the apex was like Brad Gray's wedding and the Kimmel
Yep.
party, and I think after that it started to get, oh, what am I doing? I need an exit strategy.
Didn't even
Well,
wash off the
Like
makeup.
yesterday when Howard sounded like us when he's talking about, well, Kimmel's gonna be there, like Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston. It's like he's using all the tropes that we've been kind of like effing around
those
with
tropes.
for like a couple years now.
Yep.
So there must
Happy
clearly there's some
anniversary,
truth in
you
there.
two crazy kids. Hopefully she'll be on tomorrow and we can do like a special anniversary show. Of course, the perfect time to do like the Beth Howard timeline, but it's so convoluted. You're right. It's so crazy.
Oh my!
It's not even. It's not.
I mean, you know, the JFK the movie was less convoluted. I mean, seriously, a straight timeline compared to this.
David says, love her Disney adult Mickey sweatshirt and 1970s Jimmy J.J. Walker cap. Yeah, I know. She used to dress horribly. She actually has
Wait, used to?
she actually has no taste. So this is
Zero
just-
taste.
This is
Zero
just zero
taste.
taste manifesting a lot of money into bad taste. That's what she is now. But back then, yeah, she was just a shit dresser. And she didn't have to, you know. She was a working model, for God's sake.
Yes, that's right.
They all dress like her, just like all like
Paid for-
bereft of anything. You know, my style is your style. So I come in here as like a, you know, I'm basically a hanger for your style. I don't have a style of my own. That's the
And
thought.
how do I fool Howard into thinking I'm not actually 51?
Exactly.
Forever 51, as Jeff Ross said. Joe Perry was forever 71.
Forever
Ross
71,
yeah.
exactly. Okay, let's move on. Some of you know I'm obsessed with going to see U2. I am obsessed because I would like to see the first show ever at the Sphere. And so a lot of people were asking him about that and calling in. And of course you haven't been there, you moron. But he's just so angry about things that are, I mean, if none of you have seen any of the footage from the Sphere, just so you have an idea as to what we're talking about, because it is kind of something more magical than you can possibly imagine,
So
just in terms of its look.
Grandiose.
yeah.
It's
So
the next
this
level of
is
conscious.
Jesus. Wow.
Look at this thing.
Oh my God. I think I get sick.
It's insanity, you
It
guys.
is amazing. It's like being inside a TV's asshole.
That's a good way to put it.
This is what's going on
Look at
inside.
that.
This is
Oh
what's
my
going on.
God.
I mean, it's just, I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's just.
So my mom lives in Henderson, which is about, I don't know,
It's not that far.
eight
Not that far.
miles
Yeah,
away.
It's
Yeah.
Vegas adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah, so she lives about 8 miles away up on a mountain,
Yes.
and she can see this damn thing from her house.
Oh,
That's how ridiculous it is.
It's
Dude,
ridiculous.
Dennis
It's-
just doxed his own mom.
Go find her, okay?
There's only one
used the
person
word
living
dox.
in
That's the
Henderson.
first time.
The only person lives in Henderson on a mountain. The only one.
Process of elimination.
So yeah, spectacular.
Yeah, go find it.
So somebody called Howard to ask him, what he thought about concerts at the Sphere, and of course he is showing his age. Here we go.
Robin, I hate it. I hate it. And the same, I have not been to the Sphere.
No, of course you haven't
Of
been
course
to
you
the
haven't. It just opened up
Sphere.
this weekend.
So it's SVERE, right? I've not been to the Sphere, right?
Sphere.
Of course you haven't been there, you moron. It just opened. He has no idea.
And the same, I have not been to the Sphere. I doubt I'll go. I got to tell you, when I used to go to the Fillmore and see a concert,
Oh my God.
it was the band. Maybe they had a couple of effects. They had a video
Fillmore.
screen behind them that flashed the name of the band up, or they had some psychedelic shit going on
They
behind them.
renamed it the McDowell's.
I love bands and I love music. Fuck
No, you don't.
screens. Fuck all that bullshit. The screen is good if you're seeing a band at a stadium and you got the shit seats. But I really love watching a band. Why do I love watching a band? I find it fascinating to when I go see a band.
I love when he questions himself and then answers in
Just
the same
watch
sentence.
even
In the most
for a while.
retarded way
And I
possible.
watch
Coolest
the
thing
bass
ever did.
player and I watch the lead singer and the
Right.
lead singer's walking off the
Sphere.
stage and now the guy's doing a guitar solo and the way all of these distractions. It's like the country's got some sort of like ADHD. Like we can't focus on the music and the band. We need more immersive experiences. We need to be,
Idiot.
Yes, yes, we do.
Yes, you
Howard.
idiot.
Yes, we do.
He
Yes,
is
we do.
literally Mr. Burns, bro.
So,
Oh my
so my
goodness.
He's like
my
he's about to-
mom.
Oh,
he's
man,
gonna go on about
clouds. Really?
he is going to go on about Ed Sullivan
I know.
and Al Jolson.
Yeah.
Any second now.
So my mom told me because they did a whole thing on.
My mom told me.
Fuck you. So they on Vegas, they had a whole big TV show pointing out the thing. This
And then
sucker,
Mom said-
this sucker is in. Not only is it all video screens, but the friggin' seats move, and then they have like
It's immersive.
It's
sense.
16K
It is 4
resolution.
friggin' D. Like
There's
that's
sound at
intense.
every seat, and they rumble, and it's like
yes, it's insane.
I was
And
saying
the smell comes
earlier,
up.
It's probably like the first time you ever heard of and or saw laser rock.
Yep.
And what an immersive experience that was at the time. Of course, there's like little stupid lasers
He
now.
is,
but it was
he is
amazing.
1 day away from going, Bono is just grunting and makeup.
Oh,
How dare you bring up Bono?
So
he shows his age. It's just
Mike White took what I was about to say. There's
do you think?
Svi at the Sphere.
Be at the Sphere.
Svi at the Sphere.
I saw
Oh, my
Fatty
God.
Arbuckle at
Oh.
Vaudeville.
John Doe. What is Laser Rock?
Oh my
Okay.
God! It was you used to go to
bro.
planetariums. You used to go to planetariums,
Oh, record
and they would
scratch
play
right
like
there,
Pink
man.
Floyd,
Yes.
and they would
Dark
do
Side
like
of the Moon.
laser light shows
who
up
Yeah.
in the
Dark Side of the Moon?
planetariums.
Yes,
That was the
Dark Side of
best.
the Moon. The best.
Dark Side of the Moon and Laser was just like
The
phenomenal.
Best. And of
Yeah.
course, you know, you all
There
had
is
to
no
get,
Dark
like,
Side
the
of the
high
Moon.
or
And
drunk.
matter of fact,
Yeah, you
it's
had to
all
be as
dark.
high as a kite,
And
and it was great.
the chairs went back like this. So
Yep.
you're just looking up at like the oh my God, it's the best.
Although we're
Oh, you
dating ourselves
did.
now, but yeah, it was
You
I know.
freaking awesome.
Oh, well.
We just
All right.
lost all the 4 black listeners we have.
Forward he cried, said the man,
What did
and the
John
front
say?
man
What did John say?
I said we just lost all 4 black listeners we have. Did they have a shruggy button at that concert, Mooney? How many black
I don't know these
are at the-
people.
I don't know these
God, it's
people.
horrible.
You are my people. They are not. Okay, that's all I have to say. Actually, I'm right in the middle of watching this TV show called The Other Black Girl, which I'm very, very into. It's slightly
Not Christina Brown.
No, it's not. Christina Brown. That is the other black girl, exactly. Did you see the links?
Sphinx.
Oh man, we're so not getting
Oh,
monetized
what
today.
people.
The Sphinx.
Sphinx.
Make sure you donate at our Patreon, guys, because we ain't getting paid.
The Sphinx. I don't know why that's making me laugh so much. Okay.
Because it's ridiculous. And it's what he would say. Sphinx, the Sphinx.
Okay. So then he starts talking to Ronnie, and of course we start to go into the whole Ronnie thing. And
Bullshit.
he's debating how much money he should be giving to Ronnie. And this is what he has to say. This is from the man who makes allegedly 90. How much did we say he makes a minute?
$4,000.
4,000.
All right, here we go.
Give or take 100 bucks.
The regular people, dude.
Yeah. I got to still send you a gift. I guess I got to give you $5,000 because I said it on the air. I was thinking that's a little over the top, but
You don't have to send
I'll
anything,
send it.
dude.
Well,
you
that's
say
one
that.
tent, Howard. You know.
I know. I'll pay for one of the tents.
Idiot.
So let me think about this for a second, because I started calculating this on the mockery thread. He has made probably over $1 million just talking about Ronnie's wedding.
Oh.
Before it's even happened.
That's one show.
That's being very
$1
generous.
million.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
talking
mean,
about for the year, Dennis, or for the?
Well,
the
since
year.
the conversation started on it, at
Honestly,
least $1 million.
He gets $1 million a show.
$150,000 he should pay for it. It's not.
He should just pay for the wedding,
too much.
period.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not too much. Whatever it is, it's not too much for what he's getting in return. So Howard starts talking about the rental of the cabana. Ronnie is 75, but don't forget, Ronnie is 75. You know, so he's going
ain't
out with
much
a
left.
bang. I mean, let him knock yourself out. If you want to like shoot heroin on your wedding, knock yourself out. You're an old guy. You deserve to do whatever the hell you want to. Go
No, he
crazy.
doesn't.
He made a shit ton of money on the sale of his house. Don't forget, you know, and his house in Vegas didn't cost nearly as much. I mean, that was pure profit on that house. He had like
He
over
very well could have an embolism on the dance floor,
for a
dancing to share.
$55,000 home in Queens. So it's kind
Good for him.
That'd be tragic.
yeah. So Howard's talking about cabanas, and of course, here's line number 749 for the week, because he starts out with this conversation.
Yeah, I go, aren't I already renting a hotel room from you guys for like
He's talking about like when he's gone out to Vegas, not to Vegas, to LA, and he sees cabanas, or when he's in Miami or something like that. So yeah, this is his conversation with nobody about nothing, and it's a lie.
already renting a hotel room from you guys for like a fortune?
And
Like
all
I'm
I
in
get
the
is this chair.
Yeah, you mean I get a fucking chair? What? So I guess I made my voice loud enough that
Yeah,
someone
voice
said, would
loud
you
enough.
like, I guess no one was using the tent that
Nobody was using the tent that
The
day.
tent.
And I made my voice loud enough that why don't I have the cabana? I'm Howard Stern. And I'm sure he called his assistant, who knows who, to say, you know what, call them up and see if you can get me that cabana right now. I see it in my mind's eye. Here we go.
day or whatever. There's like 5 of them. They put me in a tent.
Tent.
And you should see what was going on in the tent.
The tent.
It's like a whole setup. There was a kitchen set up.
Kitchen.
It's fucking off the chain. No
Refrigerator
wonder.
in
Off the
there.
chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go, hey, I like this. How much if I want the tent? Oh, $3,000 a day. I go, I spend 10 minutes at the pool. I don't sit at the pool all day.
That's
I
why you
don't
sit in the tent.
even go in the pool because I don't want people to take a picture of me in my bathing suit.
Oh, see your hair fall off.
I don't look good.
So he says that, right? He's like, I'm not going to spend $3,000 for a tent. Why would I go into the tent? Knows nothing about the tent, sees that it's like
Yep.
this big setup, but somebody just out of the kindness of their own heart allowed him into said tent
Tent.
to just hang out there because he's only there for 10 minutes. Okay. So just bookmark that for just one quick second so that I can get, yeah, I know, off the chain, Kelsey. I know, off the chain. The tent was off the chain.
Off the chain, baby. Off the
I
chain.
should have named the show that today. The tent was
Well-
off the chain.
Welcome to 1975. Off the chain.
Off the
There
chain.
you
Yes,
go.
Barbara Justin, it's off the hook. And don't even think I didn't see before where you said, okay, boomers. Okay. Don't think I didn't see that, Justin. Just so you know. Okay. So then next conversation, all of a sudden he knows everything about the tent. Here we go.
Food, right?
Don't
And
you
drinks.
know? Yeah, you know what it is?
And drinks.
You got to
Yeah.
cater the tent. Like here's what happens. You get a guy like I've had the tent, and then like Ralph will come by and he'll go, all of a sudden he's on the chaise lounge and he's like, excuse me, can I have
He's got the menu in his hand.
yeah, he's got the menu. And what happens is they save the bill for the end, and they always
See the way he knows everything about it now, and that
Yeah.
Ralph was even in the tent. So now he's somewhere where Ralph is with him, and they are now both at the tent.
Ralph and Howard are together in the cabana.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's
Yeah.
no beefus there.
But
Just
he knows
Ralph
all
and
about the tent. Though.
Howard.
All of a sudden, now the tent is something
guy
that
with
Ralph
the
and
tent.
Howard.
and you
because
can't go
everybody disappears.
Yeah, everyone disappears, and all of a sudden, and if you try disappearing, they just tack it on to your bill.
yes, of course,
Mhm.
dummy.
Mhm.
Dummy.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
There was a little moment there for about 20 seconds where Ralph and Howard and Ronnie are relating to each other. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I know how it is. I know
Yeah,
how it
everybody
is.
leaves. I get stuck with the bill every time. It's the way it
Yeah.
happens at the tent.
Yeah.
The
Isn't
tent.
the subtext here just Howard saying, "Oh, you white trash plebeians in your little wedding. Is this what you do?"
Oh, it's so
Laughing at
cute.
how it's so beneath him in every
So
turn.
cute. You actually have to pay for the tent.
Yeah.
Let's see. All I had to do is call my assistant, and because I'm somebody, I get it automatically without having to.
If Howard wants to talk about embarrassing and swimming pools, click on the private chat link.
Oh,
saying.
Bianca?
It's the poor blue
It's
swimsuit.
literally the most cringeworthy thing that's ever happened by a pool.
The Cy Sperling moment.
If anybody can prove me wrong, I'll
This
give
is a
them
Cy
20
Sperling
bucks.
moment. It has to be.
Soy.
It is
He had him
absolutely-
on a few times, Dennis, in the 90s.
It's
I
better.
know.
This is the biggest idiot.
Oh,
in
this. Oh,
mankind.
Jesus.
One.
Not looking.
No, you got to look. 1, 2. We got to go until you can do it. Okay, ready? I'm going to start again. All right.
What a professional motto.
1, 2, 3.
You can't tell her
She's a
laughing.
mental patient.
Read the thing. Mo.
Five.
Did it.
You did it.
She's a mental patient. Howard and I have a game where I try to go 5 seconds without laughing while he's recording me. I've never won in our 23 years together. How is that even humanly possible? Is he so funny? Is he so
He's
amusing?
funny looking.
Is he
He's-
so amusing behind a cell phone?
He's funny looking. Maybe he doesn't have his wig on. It's pretty funny.
Okay, so let's watch it again while we know what she's talking about.
All right. Let's do it again.
Here we go.
I'm going to count. 1. 1.
Not looking.
No, you got to look.
The wig's off.
1, 2.
Is he that funny?
Okay, you got to go until you can do it. Okay, ready? I'm going to start again.
Skeleton twins. What are you up to
Yeah,
this
you're right.
time?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let me wear my extra gigantic glasses so I look even
Say no to
skinny.
drugs, kids. Hey, Mo. Maybe he's doing the senior went with his wig.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, John.
One,
That is a 50-year-old
two,
woman.
3.
That is a 51-year-old woman, and yes,
She's a
her neck is
mental
gross.
But
patient,
you know
you
what's
guys.
fascinating is that Howard actually believes this crap.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
we all know how preposterous it is. I bet Howard deep down inside thinks, "Look, I make her laugh all the time.
Yeah.
I'm so charming."
Very Darth Kermit, Jeremy spoke.
Right.
Notice the camera angle, right? You're not getting any more than
No.
6x6, just right
Yep.
on her. Nothing. You could never raise it. He could easily step back 3 feet, but you're not getting
No.
any more than that
DDLG,
with a
baby.
shot.
DDLG.
DDLG. Oh my
Howard thinks
goodness.
he's like George Clooney and Robin Williams if they had a baby.
DDLG are off the chain.
Off the chain.
What a bunch of goons, bro.
So
What a
of
bunch
course,
of goons.
Beth asked him that very important question, which of course, while Ronnie's still on the line with them, because you just have to do this to him.
All the people that decided to get on a plane and come out here for it's a big deal.
Yeah, my wife said to me, "Do you have any regrets that you're not going to Ronnie's wedding?" I go, "No." Can you imagine we had to get on a fucking plane and go to Ronnie's wedding? Oh, it's too much hassle. Ronnie's right. When people make a sacrifice and they come to your wedding all the way in Vegas, someone said to me the other day, Ronnie should add his wedding in New York since everyone is flying to Vegas for his wedding. All it would have been was for him to fly to New York because everyone else is from New York.
So, so is that the same case for Ashley's wedding being in Manhattan?
Exactly.
Does
Yeah.
everybody in your family live in Manhattan? So nobody had to come in, nobody had to get a hotel room to stay in New York City to be at. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. She got married in Long Island. She didn't even get married in the city.
Even worse. Yeah. Well, I mean, I would have loved the breakdown the breakdown of Ashley's wedding like this. I mean, because
Exactly.
how much did you spend on the catering and how much did you spend on
So
that?
true, Dennis.
The
So true.
dinner before the breakfast afterwards and all the hotel rooms you had to provide and
That's so true.
what
You
was
still-
the cost
listen,
of that?
if you had a wedding in the city, honestly, you would still pretty much everybody would have to come into Manhattan and get
Correct.
a hotel room.
Correct.
You know?
At $300 a night. Yeah.
And you might spend the weekend in the city because that's what
Yeah.
you do, because you're there. So
Absolutely.
screw it. You might as well just hang out and have some fun. Yeah, he's just so mentally screwed up. He really, really
You
is.
think?
So as we mentioned at the beginning of the shows, for some of you who are joining us a little late because it's in the process of the things that we've been doing here, came the thing about Gary giving up the place where Ronnie's having his little pool party. And that would be at a place called the Rouge Room
At
the
Red
Grand.
Rock
There's
Cabin,
all the-
at Red Rock
There's
Resort.
exactly what the girls look like that hang out there.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the tents. Those are the tents.
The tents. I love
I'm
it.
pitching a
Moron called
tent.
them tents.
Yeah. There's Ronnie, there's Wayne Siegel, there's the Happy
Absolutely.
Five.
That looked like a young Doug Goodstein in that last picture.
Indeed. So you can listen back and listen to Gary being a complete and utter buffoon about it. Somebody does happen to think that he did say the Rouge Room when he was
Rouge.
talking about it, but when I heard it, happened to be on the rerun and I did not hear it. So if anybody actually has a recording of that portion of it, I would love to hear and see
But
if
isn't
it's
that really bragabooey, Monique? He loves to name drop, and I'm going to
Totally.
this concert and this
Totally.
show.
Totally
and this.
bababooey.
He can't stop himself.
no,
No.
of course not. So then
Hey, Lucas works at Netflix, boss.
So there's this really weird dynamic going on. And by the way, it's October 3rd, and none of the Cocktober shenanigans have
Zero.
happened yet. And so I expected more, honestly.
So I actually been pointing this out in the listening thread.
No.
He's been so wound up about Cocktober, and he's already wasted 7 hours not talking about cock. And tomorrow Schwarzenegger's in. So
that
it'll
he's
be
off
an
for a week.
entire week of nothing for
But
his favorite month of the year.
Oh, you say it's
please
gonna be
do
a short
go
cock?
on. Please do go on about how your favorite twink and your manservant should go to couples therapy with each other to hash out the issues
Absolutely.
that they have with each other. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently Ralph and Chris, he keeps trying to press this, I'll send you guys for therapy. You can hash out your issues and, people talking about No, we're not mad.
No,
at
we're
the-
not mad. No. It's just
It's
hilarious that
he
he
hasn't brought anything up,
he-
Beanie Mac.
it's the irony that he spent like a week in September winding up for October and all the great things we're going to do. And an entire week gets totally destroyed and he does zero, nothing. He literally wasted hours doing nothing this week. Nothing.
Yeah, this is a nothing week so far.
It's a
So
nothing
far, so
week.
good. So far, so good. So here they are in the middle of discussion, and then this want happens.
It's kind of irritating.
Wait a minute.
And
Wait a
if we're
minute.
not
How can
friends,
We work at a
can
comedy
say-
show, dude.
Hold it a
It's
second.
collaboration.
Hold
Oh, that was I'd heard that.
Almost sounds like our show at that moment.
You just missed 5 minutes of the show. My whole system went down.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, no,
well,
really?
mine
Still
is
hate
now,
each other.
Now,
Not much. It's fine.
Yeah, that's right. You missed nothing. That's the exact point.
Did
That's
you
how we
hear the-
feel.
Did
We
you hear the
miss
huge
nothing.
reveal there? It's a comedy show.
Yeah.
Mike Trainer said, "This is a comedy show. We
Yeah.
always wonder what is this show and what is it for? What's
Happy
the genre?"
hiking.
It's a comedy show. I'm not
So-
aware of
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
70 writers. That's what you're going to get.
So
Bring in the
what was
fun.
so funny is when Mike Trainer was talking about going out to Vegas, and I kept on thinking, it's like they don't take food stamps at those restaurants.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you're gonna go.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why this is making me laugh, but Benjamin just said, fun fact, Xavier's middle name is Cinnamon.
It is.
And he puts a rainbow. at
Hey,
the end.
fun fact: if they would have had the wedding in New York, Beth would have had to injure a hoof again.
Injured a hoof. That's exactly right. You know, I watched an entire YouTube video of a guy rehoofing a horse. It was
Rehoofing?
Oh, you never seen that when they clean it out and then they
No,
They
like
file it
putting a hoof
down
back
and
on it, or is
they
it a
put
farrier and
the-
putting
That
a
thing,
shoe?
that knife thing, and it's scraping off.
It's
Yes,
like-
it's a
like,
farrier.
like-
A
it's like
farrier does
fingernail
that.
type of
A
I
farrier.
never saw that before. I
Really?
had
It's interesting.
Have you
Yeah,
ever been around horses? Just out of curiosity.
no, well, not, I've ridden horses, but never actually
Never
you know,
been like hang
close
out with
enough
them.
to smell them.
Horses have personality, man.
They do
Whatever.
have
They
personality.
do. And they'll bite your ass.
But I saw a guy doing a shoeing of a cow as well, and the cow had a
Mhm, that
blister.
happens.
A baby had a blister on its foot, and
Mhm.
he was able to scrape off all that,
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
And I watched it as if it was you power washing the
Driveway.
yeah, I was fascinated by it.
Yeah.
I was just staring at it and
Did the horse say, "Buy one of my T-shirts"?
and then
Yes, it did. How'd you know?
they burned the hoof thingamajiggy.
Yep.
And they nail it back in. I'm like, wow,
Yes.
I've never seen that before. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm a Brooklyn
Wait,
girl.
wait till you see how they check to see how if they're healthy.
Oh, I don't know.
Oof. Elbow deep.
Now you know what Beth goes through for new shoes. Yes. This is exactly true.
horrible.
I know, David. Yes, I still think about Beth cutting the knots off of that.
Oh, I can't.
pork
I
fat with Fiskars.
that literally brings
in the
that
worst
actually
video.
gives me like palpitations.
I know.
Seriously.
I know. It was one of the worst. I agree. Hey, Xavier, if you want to link me to that, I'd be happy to show that to everybody.
What?
Hello. Dennis fixed his car. It now makes 564 Beth power.
Ah,
I don't get the joke.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mom. But
Oh, I get
Well,
the joke.
Beth is a horse, and he substituted Beth for the horse, and he kind of made a little pun there, and it's Beth Power instead of horse. Power.
Get it, Beth power.
Waka.
I didn't understand. No, I'm talking about the Instagram where Beth has that cat that she just got from like
Oh
Oh,
no.
some
I can't-
sanctuary and
I don't like seeing that shit.
tries to start cutting it with the Fiskars like a moron.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst. It's the
Nah,
worst.
yeah, I'm good.
All right, so
I'm
then
good.
Ralph is on. And he again, you think that this asshole is woke, but you know what? He's really just an asshole because
an
this
asshole.
is allowed because it's Ralph. So here we go.
All right, listen, Suzanne,
I don't take things secondhand.
Suzanne, you're on the air in Illinois. Go ahead.
Yes, the cow had an abscess, Farmer Justin. That's exactly what it was. So I watched, and the cow was so thankful after he was done because she must have been in so much pain. I actually felt bad for the cow. That
What
would never
made you
stop me
watch
from
that?
eating.
All the options you have on YouTube. How does that come up on your feed?
I
No pun
have
intended.
no idea how half the things on my feed come up.
I'm related to a veterinary business, and I don't even see that.
Yeah. Does
I'm fascinated by these kind of
did
things.
the cow say? I was about to say that.
I was just going to hear that. All right, here we go.
Good morning, Howard.
Morning.
Sounds like Large Marge.
For years,
Yep.
I'm a lesbian. I have found, and it's I love gay guys. I have a lot of gay friends, but I just think it's unfair that Ralph has straddled this line for years, using gay slurs and just acts gay, grabs dicks, but isn't out. And it's who gives you the right to call Chris a fag or say things like that? Either you're gay or you're not. If you're not gay, you shouldn't be using that word.
Shut up, you lesbo.
Oh, well, come on, man. That's not
Maybe
fair.
we should
That's
have
not
couples therapy with Ralph
Yeah.
and her.
Classic Ralph doesn't.
That is large Marge. That's the fake caller. Absolutely.
Hopefully Ralph's not in on the fakeness, Dennis, and he just really genuinely called her a lesbian.
Nah,
He's
he knows.
Well,
bereft her.
that's a classic Ralph thing to say, though. That
Yeah,
you know, Ralph,
it's perfect.
Yeah.
Ralph will
Ralph's
always
above
strike-
everything.
Yeah, Ralph will always strike out because he's just no, it wasn't Gat Girl.
Cat girl.
She would, you know what? No, she would have. She would have told us. She would have come onto the
Oh yeah, definitely.
thread. She would have
And she has-
absolutely told us.
She has better
was in there
material.
today.
She literally has better material than that.
Yeah, she really does.
That was
All right,
bad. That's
well,
bad material.
my last clip for the day. I
Yay!
was really done after Ralph, but I just wanted to throw out there because, of course, now he can once again mention his best
For
friends.
sure is excited. Because he tried to, didn't all of them try to come back early? Yeah, they don't want to be away. They wanted to be on.
Jeez, I don't know. I'd be real happy if I had like 6 months off. I mean, not for the staff and stuff. I mean, people are out of work. That was a horrible strike.
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone's
Because it was
back.
147 days. I didn't even realize
Not long enough.
it was that long.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had some people I knew in show business who, despite what everyone thinks, they're not millionaires. They're just working actors and writers.
People?
And they were hurting. They were really afraid that some people were losing their homes.
You really know people? You really know these little people? You know who's the only little person that he knows? There was one time he had one person at his house that was a guest of Robert Downey Jr.'s that was staying at his house.
Yeah, like a
that is
bit part actor.
Little bit part, no name actor. And I'm sure he had like a 2-minute discussion with him
Yes,
about the
that's
fact
exactly right.
So wait.
That's
so-
exactly right.
So the whole thing though is that Mr. 69 IQ is talking about the actors. The actors are not done with their strike. Their strike is still going on. The writers ended their strike.
that Robin
Somebody
said
had to
no.
remind him of that right after.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, he literally sounds like a moron because
And he's
the
just
actors are
bringing
still
it
on
up
strike.
now. He was on the front lines defending the. He has not mentioned a goddamn thing about
Nope,
it.
not at all.
Nothing, not a word.
Zero.
This is the only time he's mentioned it, but he feels bad because he knows. I just need to hear that just really quick.
But I had some people I knew in show business
Some people I
who,
knew.
despite what everyone thinks, they're not millionaires. They're just working actors and writers. And they were hurting. They were really afraid that some people were losing their homes.
A lot of the writers' demands are exactly what his staff doesn't get. So he would bring attention to the stuff with the Stuttering John lawsuit and all the stuff that he doesn't provide to his writers, all the benefits that they don't get and they never will because all the marbles go to him. Him acknowledging that strike shows you how shitty it is working here.
Yeah, here we're so cute. We hate
Did I
working
say here?
here.
Did I say here?
Oh my god, we hate working here. Wait a minute, says Beanie Mac. The guy who only hires scabs feels bad.
Mhm.
for Actors,
Yeah.
and writers? Yes,
Good
yes.
parts, one shots, right?
Don't you feel bad for the scabs? I mean, the actors. Everybody.
I
does.
think Howard was
No,
the
not at
reason
all.
it got resolved. I really think all the stuff, all the yelling he did on this show for weeks and weeks and weeks really, really scared those
Yep,
executives
yep.
into caving it.
It made an impact. Yeah, I'm
really
sure those
had to have.
conversations he had with the Jimmies, and all of his friends who do late night TV. He was able to mediate the entire thing so that they could
Howard
get back
don't give
on
a
it.
crap.
And thank God
No.
they're no longer doing their stupid podcast, which was supposed to fund all the
yeah.
people that
They
are
probably raised $5s of dollars. I mean,
fives,
honestly,
tens, maybe tens.
maybe $10s of dollars. I mean, their
Maybe.
talent is so amazing.
Cleaning out the computer.
How moving things along, Dennis? You see how this is happening?
I like that. I'm good. I'm happy.
See how
Very
this is
happy.
working? So what we
I'm
wanted
happy.
to do tonight, even though, as usual, John sent me 4 million clips, but we got to kind of pare it down a little bit and
Well, why
focus
can't
our
it carry
energy.
over to tomorrow? If
But
I
let's
had-
focus our energies because a lot of clips, I tried to see one of the, what things are like the others. So therefore, which ones can we play in seriatim? right? So
In Syrium?
seriatim.
Seriatim.
Ooh,
Hey,
seriatim.
Melvin, if you're in there, put the definition up in the chat. Seriatim. Take that, David. With your recalcitrance.
Sorry, Autobot AI.
Seriatim.
I told you Ahsoka is garbage.
Did you get that from a cow video, Monique? Seriatim?
Here, in seriatim.
And
Taking one subject after another in regular order.
Yep.
Point by
In
point.
series.
does linear mean the same thing as that?
No, linear is a little bit more like a straight line. And
What are we doing here?
In order?
I don't know. Now we're going to the
What are we
woods
doing
again.
here?
I'm just saying. Listen, you want
Let's get out of the
to
weeds.
Nancy
didn't.
Martling Seriatim. Mike again, that's great.
Ah,
I was just thinking about Jackie with no residuals. Jackie
great.
was in my head when I was talking about.
Yeah.
that is great. Okay, so what should we go to first? Here's what I have, and you guys can tell me what you want to hear first. And this is what we have. Okay, so that's it. So we've got Sal probing Laura Lackner. Okay, we have Laura Lackner gives herself a raise. And then we have why does everyone leave on bad terms? Now we can break this up a little bit. We can play them one after the other.
Seriatim.
Seriatim,
I think that we do the I think the Laura Lackner stuff and then the leaving because that's all.
Did we play
think
the
that-
clip of Howard claiming that nobody leaves on bad terms or something? Everyone
No.
in the beginning of the show?
No.
Dennis was yelling at us in the mockery thread to get a hold of that. Right, Dennis? You tagged us in that, and I just decided.
Yeah, because that's right. Because he said that people don't leave on bad terms.
Yes,
He literally said that during the show.
That's
about
okay,
his
Monique. You can carry it over to tomorrow. I don't care. Play whatever you want.
It
Well,
was
it's okay.
absolutely
I never-
hilarious that he's like everybody losing. I'm like,
So should we do the MP4s? Sal probes Laura Lackner.
Sure. I mean, you and I were.
That's
I
pretty
got you
useful.
the good copy of that, and this is a block party from 2006. And Howard, they played a joke on Howard on Sal that said that Howard showed up, was looking for him, and took off. But of course, he didn't show up. And so it's a series of Laura Lackner was invited to Ronnie's party. So Sal sat there probing Laura about Howard's life, and it eerily reminds me of myself in Laura's life. But
Quite
my intentions aren't pure.
Of course, Dennis.
Yeah, he goes, here it is. Sal was so bummed out and saddened to learn that you had just left. Within seconds, he asked the following questions. Where was Howard sitting? What did Howard have to drink? I handed him a random drink from the table, and Sal, half jokingly, and I believe half serious.
You know, in another world, you could have been Sal on this show, John. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it reminds me of like when you think I'm crazy when we have a guest on and I ask them ridiculously idiosyncratic minutia questions about Howard and it's this when he rattles off here really made me uncomfortable. It was so similar to what I would do.
You know, that reminds me before I forget about this is next time you happen to go on Opie's show, I have reached out to him twice about coming on our show and he never replies when that's the question I ask. He replies to me in PMs all the time.
I will do that.
Just not when it comes to coming on the show.
Off track. Is there any rumor to the fact
that
I'm sorry, that Kumi is in the hospital for something? Is that
He's
true?
having some sort of surgery. He has something going on with him.
Like a
So he doesn't
serious
have to have-
procedure?
Doesn't stop him from being, psychotic on Twitter.
No, it's not. You can't take racism and pedophilia out of here.
But yeah, he's in the
removing
hospital.
a 13-year-old from him.
It was actually funny. He took a picture of him in the hospital, and the show he had on was the Andy Griffith show, and it was a picture of Opie on the
Oh
TV.
dear Christ!
So funny. It was so funny. Everybody got the joke. Everybody.
Wow.
Like the straw. Then he asked, what did Howard eat? You were there, Shirley?
Yeah.
I mean, how did Howard get here? What kind of car was Howard driving? How did Howard get to the house?
Absolute
I told him
John
you walked right
questions.
up the block after parking your car at the corner, which Sal seemed very surprised to hear that you walked up the block. He asked, how long were you at the party? We told him you asked about whether or not Sal was going to show up. In response to that, Sal said something along the lines of, you see, Howard asked about me. He likes me. We're friends. Sal is genuinely still obsessed as ever with you. Man, you are
I thought it
whacked out of your fucking skull.
His wife was even getting on to him about asking all
I saw
Wow.
So this is this is why you're chuckling. 'cause
I'm
these are-
90% similar to that.
You are you. This is you. This is. I'm telling you, this is alternate John right now. This guy is alternate John.
I spent the whole night with Laura Lackner, and it was so nice. She had so many nice stories to talk about.
Oh my
about
goodness!
you.
So
Yeah, what'd you have to say?
Well-
What'd you learn from Laura about me?
like how Java, how much it broke your heart when you left with Java, and how Java's pretty reserved with everybody. But when your limo pulled in, like Java would break out from the back. He can sense that you were there already, and he would come right up to you. And I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Man, what else did you learn?
It's his
Wow.
dick, you moron.
Fish tank. I remember Sal talking to her about your
I have
fish
to
tank.
add all these years working with Howard Stern. What was the most horrible thing that ever happened to you? And she said, he made me take a dead fish out of the basement. You had to pick a dead fish out of the fish tank.
What else did she reveal to
He
you?
interviewed Laura.
Yeah.
Hey, now he's getting a little pissy, by the way, Howard.
Howard's
Yeah.
getting increasingly irritated, and
Yes.
it goes on.
What else,
Yeah, and
what else did you ask her?
I think Laura was read the riot act.
Absolutely.
She revealed to me that you're a great boss. You have a big heart. You're very sincere. But you're needy. And there were some times where one time your housekeeper called Laura because you were flipping out looking for Laura. And then you had to apologize to Laura, saying that you didn't say it to the housekeeper, but the housekeeper told her privately that you were bitching about it and you couldn't find her. And she always said that. She goes, I'm always available. He knows every single phone number. And it really upset me that he had to bitch to the housekeeper about it.
Oh,
Remember the story we just heard about him in the house? That's exactly what we've surmised.
No, Mr.
Is that he
Stern.
has-
No, I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
Yo no sé.
He would exactly be exactly like that. He would never make it to the air now.
No, Mr. Stern.
No, Mr. Stern. No, no, no.
No, no.
Through Laura,
No, no.
living your life through Laura. And it was a nice experience.
Wow.
Yeah, look at him.
Who's
Look at him.
crazier, Colin Farrell stalker or Sal?
That's just nice.
Or Laura telling him about me.
I was gonna say now that you just got Laura fired, so
Absolutely read the riot act.
Well, you just threw her right under the bus.
I mean, Jesus.
How do you feel about Java now after all this time? Is it still hard?
Personally, I can't believe Laura would sit and tell you anything about my life. So I'm hoping you're hallucinating here. I really am.
Oh.
I mean, anyone would tell you anything
Definitely
about
mad.
me is ridiculous.
Please say you didn't spend the evening with Laura.
Yes, I'll retract everything you just
Talking
said
about me.
because we all love Laura.
Well, her and
Yeah, you might have killed my relationship with her.
she loves you. She said
I know
beautiful
she
things.
loves me, but why would she tell you anything about what I do with my dog or anything else?
Well, I said after working with Howard for 20 years, what is the craziest thing? And I thought she would say he called me one time 4:00 in the morning.
No, the answer
No.
would be, Sal,
Go
anything
away.
I do with Howard is none of your fucking business.
Go the F
That's,
away.
He's
that's
mad.
the
He's
proper
mad.
response.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's mean.
What do you mean that's mean? To who?
That would be mean for her to say that to me.
Yeah, who cares? That's
do.
mean to me to talk about me.
Sal, you're asking her about her job, though. It's not mean for her to say that. That's part of her job.
There you go. Thank you, Artie.
But I'm saying.
And
I love this. I love everything.
I just little things. I miss Artie so much. Every time, even like a little thing like that, it makes me realize just what exactly the biggest thing wrong with this show.
Yep.
All those 12-second silences we talk about, that's where Artie goes.
Already pointing out, the absolute stupidity of the entire endeavor.
The cleaning woman thing is killing me, though. I love everything
We've
about
heard that
it.
a few times.
Mr. Stern, Mr. Stern, no.
No.
No,
I
I
have
have no.
Howard, it's just like and
Her job isn't to observe me and report back to you.
Right.
no, it was like a family thing, Howard. It's just like we
Family.
sat down and I said, let me, tell me.
The
You're
craziest
not
thing.
in his family.
Yeah, it's a family thing.
Yeah,
You fucking still believe you're my family?
I like to believe that a little
No,
bit.
you're not my family.
All right, well, I'm so.
You work.
He has such close set eyes. This is a sign of mental retardation. I'm not even joking. It's
Well,
just,
that's where Sal and I separate.
No, you do not have
I'm
to
the
do
other
that.
things. Yeah, I'm all for all the wrong reasons.
He has that country Gindaloon kind of look. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A real,
has never been to the big city.
yeah.
Always in awe and
You know
amazement.
who he reminds me of? The
Electricity.
shepherds. The shepherds I saw in Sicily. He literally reminds me of them.
Exactly.
Thank you,
You light a
Tara.
match. He's like, ooh, look at
Thank you,
that.
Tara.
Howard, I simply, Sal, you're
Yeah.
mentally ill. You need complete help.
No.
Every morning he asked me, "Did Howard come in today?"
Howard,
What did you guys talk about?
I I simply, I don't appreciate it.
Twist?
Yeah.
You don't appreciate my twist?
No, I don't.
You go
because
up and
I'm
ask.
fucking nice enough to ask about somebody that I care about. And you.
Oh, I don't mind
Yes,
you
he is
asking. You did
delusional.
nothing wrong.
And
I
she
don't
was-
want anybody telling you anything about me.
Well, she didn't tell anything. She said that your dog had a sincere, profound love for you, and the craziest thing you ever made her do was pick a dead fish out of your basement.
Oh, yeah. I made her do that?
Yeah, yeah.
I made her do that.
Yes.
She's
Go
heated.
up.
She said that
okay.
the fish got caught maybe under a heater or something, and it stuck
The horse better take the fish out.
Yes.
Okay.
with a
That's
knife.
exactly
He
Mr.
absolutely
D.
did that.
No, and
Listen, we all heard yesterday's clips about how he has to call the assistant to the
Yep.
assistant
Yes.
to the assistant to just have him be picked
Car
up at 10
service.
o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Like he is that feeble, and so he is fuming. Laura must have absolutely gotten her ass
Well,
reamed.
and I spoke with Bonnie Mund.
Yeah.
Oh, pause it for a minute.
Really pissed off at somebody in the.
Puppet?
I'm sorry. So I had to put this in. It's not that what we just did. It's just a little off the reservation, but you'll love it. I love Ronnie's ex-wife. Hates this show. She hates Howard and Robin, and she fucking tears them a new one to Sal at the party here, and I had to put that in. I know it's not Laura, but
Oh no,
it's
no. Actually,
great.
that's pertinent because
And we just talked Ronnie. That's right.
yeah, that is so pertinent because we always felt that it was because of this show that the whole thing blew up.
Well,
Absolutely.
we played the Robin Salem clip, Monique, when you were out. When you were
Oh, yeah?
filming Black Adam
Yep.
too. We played Robin Salem going off on Robin, and it had a lot to do with her friendship with Bonnie Mund.
Don't even think for a second I didn't hear you say when you were off filming Black Adam 2, you asshole.
Black Adam too.
He just told me. She said, "How dare her not show up to my party?" She goes, "I
Oh.
party and I didn't even want to go." She goes, "But I did it for Ronnie. I did him a favor." And what does she do in return? She doesn't come here.
Why
No,
is it
she's
so
too busy.
important that everyone has Why is it so important that everyone have everyone at their party?
Right,
Why does
it's
Bonnie care if
crazy.
Robin's there?
And she said,
This is
"Wait."
insanity.
She goes, "Wait till I see her." She goes, "She forgot the slum she came from, didn't she?"
Oh.
It's on the list now. She goes,
Monique, rewind it a little bit. So he goes to Howard now. Just go back like a couple seconds.
And you were next on the list, Howard.
Yeah, what's the
She goes,
problem?
"Yeah, then Mr. Howard, Mr. I'm from Roosevelt." She goes, "Bullshit. It's more like Mr. I got an 18-year-old broad on a yacht right now." I'm like, "Wow." Yeah. She goes, "He's another one." She goes, yeah, he stops by. He comes by. He saw the dog for 4.5 fucking minutes and took off. Please. That's why I never called the show. I can't be bothered with those people.
Was
Call the
Bonnie
show.
crazy?
Who's looking for her to call
I
the
wish
show?
she would. She was phenomenal. I was cracking up.
Who's looking for her to call the show?
They're a rough crew.
What the fuck is going on at your house? What are you, a mental out there?
Gotta go. That's what.
Yeah, who'd want to go to your house?
Dude, do you believe what he's saying?
Yeah,
Oh,
I believe it
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
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 Ronnie.
Doubt.
Ronnie on damage control. I mean, full damage control.
I can't even imagine the scorched earth that happened
I was
after
thinking the
that.
same thing.
Wow. Wow.
I was thinking the same thing. Heads will roll after
Oh my
Oh.
God, that was delicious. Thank you for breaking that down. That was phenomenal.
God, though. I mean,
that. It was who was it in the chat? Take credit for recommending that to me yesterday because I would have forgotten about that. Totally forgot. And we went and fetched it today. Monique
this
said,
is
"I got this thing."
phenomenal.
Yeah.
She did go scorched earth. I mean,
Oof.
But in all honesty, maybe Sal and I wouldn't be obsessed on that level if he wasn't so doggedly. He makes things so ridiculous with the hallway clearing. It makes you want to probe further because he makes everything out to be ridiculous. So he draws that attention to himself. If the sunglasses and the wig and the
It's
security, no
everything,
one's looking for
exactly.
you. It makes you more curious about the little things because he's so doggedly inaccessible at every dumb, idiosyncratic, stupid, innocuous thing.
I love it. Sal is as stupid as they come, but he was always great on Back Office Radio. He was always great on the wrap-up show. He would always talk about like fights that are going on internally, and he has no filter.
Yeah.
no, none. No,
It
no,
was Mike
none.
White, Monique. Thank you, Mike White.
It
Oh,
was-
what?
calling
Yes,
that back,
yes. Mike White's the one who sent it to us. All right, cool. So let's go on. Why does everybody leave on bad terms? Or Laura Lackner gives herself a raise? Let's continue with Laura since we're on
Let's
that.
do Laura.
This is like one of maybe 3 times she's called into the show in history, and this is she kind of knows so much about him. She's allowed to give herself a raise. And Monique, I sent you we talked about this yesterday, the 112 pension plan. So I sent that to you with the names on it.
Hold, I think I have that somewhere. Hold
This
on.
is the second email.
Yes.
Dennis brought it up.
Yeah,
Laura's.
Because I remember that Uncle Larry had pulled them up, and then I looked at them and I went, "Oh my god!"
It's from 2015.
It's okay. It's still in effect.
No, I know. I'm saying it's current enough, right? Definitely.
I don't know. Is it?
No, they would have to do a major thing to change it, and you're not going to do that.
Too much.
Why would
Once
you
they're
do a
vested,
major thing? If I'm an employee
No, no, no.
somewhere and then I leave, they change it because then I'm no
yeah,
longer
but that's different. But if she's
Why?
still employed, then you'd have to do a whole new redoing of the pension plan, because pension plans are very monitored. They have ERISA laws that govern them, and they can't just willy-nilly change how they spread the money around, or give the because these are
but the plans are on a year-by-year basis. So
no, it isn't. It is a defined benefit. It's a defined benefit plan. It is not a 401k. It's
Well,
defined
but I'm
benefit.
looking at it right now. So hold on, let's look at it real quick.
So it's a very different thing. Because I actually did this for a while. I actually was on compliance for this stuff.
I'm going to go with you no more than me on this, but I'm just reading what I'm reading here. So here's the 112 pension plan. Who did we get this from? Was it Uncle Larry?
Let's just give Uncle Larry the credit.
Let's give him the credit because he usually does it like this, right?
Or bring
So,
back Jackie or someone else.
This was the plan as of
It's a
December
pension plan.
31st, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan effective date is, see,
Oh,
this
there
is
she is.
2015. The plan's effective date was 2002. So plan year is from January 1st to December 3rd. All employees not excluded by class are eligible to enter on January 1st or July 1st, coincident with or following the completion of the following requirements. 1 year of service, minimum age 21. Notwithstanding the above, all employees other than Ellen Dunn, that's his sister, Michael Fox, he's the one who has MS, Matthew Hansen, don't know who he is, Laura Lackner, Beth Ann Ostrowski. See, this had to be changed to her name too. Richard Ruth, Eric Sanders, and Christopher J. Ventura shall not be eligible to participate in the plan.
They're not. Those people are excluded from this because there's a separate plan for them. There's a different. That's
Yeah,
pension
this is
plan
pension
1 is
plan
for them.
two.
This is
Second
pension
tier,
plan 2.
This
This is a
tier
different
2.
plan.
These are, and the fact that there's a pension, it's like
A pension is a defined benefit plan.
Yeah.
You're given whatever you're going to be paid. And
Anyone
so there
want
are
to
two
weigh in on
plans.
some of those obscure names? I assume there's some of them are security.
No. So those people that were excluded from that one are on the other plan, which is much more generous than that plan. There are 2 levels of plan, and you can do that. You could have an executive level plan, and then you could have a worker level plan.
Or
those
they
are
could
the
be
executive
people
level
that
plan.
work exclusively for him. Say like Matthew Hansen is his accountant, but he works exclusively for him, but he's excluded from a pension plan because he is, he has his own. You know what I mean? Like
Correct.
he may work for Howard, but has his own plan.
No.
That
With
makes
those
sense, or
people,
maybe-
those people are in a separate plan because they're in a different class. Because you can have multiple classes with these, and a lot of it has to do with compensation levels. Because highly compensated people, and when you have a plan, you have to make everybody whole. So you have to balance the plan out, and that's why these people are excluded, because their amount of pay or their amount of benefit is going to be greater to whoever the hell is in this plan.
Dennis,
It's a
who
very
am I, Lou Dobbs over here.
well, I kind of know a little bit about this.
I would really like to understand it as if I'm like a stupid girl.
All right, so what they're doing is
Yes,
they're doing a
okay,
pension.
I need to address this. Every time one of you guys comes on here, you're so silly that you would think this, and it's so.
Let me correct the Monique before you do it. It was I had sex with Nancy. That's the real story.
Thank you, John, for finally.
Good. That was you
On the front
God's
lawn,
work
yeah,
right
it
there.
wasn't the
That was
black guy,
God's
it was me.
work.
Thank you, John.
Did she give you an album with it
On the
too?
jetty,
Blue
on the
Marble.
jetty.
I feel like we Googled all the people that we didn't know back in the day.
Yes.
And I know that we had found some of them and some of them we didn't, but nonetheless, we don't know anything about these people. And notice that Ralph's not on here.
That's
So,
strange. He's on the first year.
why is he excluded? Considering the fact that
He got Sam Simon money. That's why.
Well, I don't know this.
He may be on this plan because
Maybe because remember this effective date is 2002 and this is it as of 2015.
Don't
So this
some
is
of
already
these
an
names sound like
11-year-old
fake names,
14-year-old
Monique? Matthew Hansen and
So no.
Richard Ruth. They sound like fake names.
He may be part of this plan because of his compensation level, as opposed to the
Look
other
at Ellen.
people.
What is she? She photographs dogs for North Shore Animal League. I don't know that she's ever even had a job. I don't know what else.
She's part of. She had to be doing something for the Stern Show. She's part of the pension plan.
Not the Stern Show. 112 Productions.
112. I'm sorry, 112. She's part of the 112 pension. She's in the other pension plan. I remember
Dennis,
seeing that from Uncle Larry.
Ironically, this was printed up at the North Belmont Library during Hurricane.
How'd you know? But his whole organization 112 is such a fascinating thing because
Yeah, it is.
he does things that no one does anymore. No one does pension plans. No one does pension plans anymore.
No, and maybe if you have a union job or you're like a cop or a fireman or something, I don't know
Exactly.
anybody who has a pension.
But he, and the thing is the payout. That's why Ellen is basically not doing anything right now because she's on the pension plan. I mean,
almost like
she's
hush
getting
money.
a pension from Howard's 112.
It's pretty amazing.
It says.
But doesn't that have to be based on your salary?
Yes, but
I don't know. It's weird. Okay,
it's
we need to dig
because that's
into
how they
this.
do the testing. When you do testing, you have to base it on.
I don't
total
know.
salary.
I don't know anything of what you speak of. I'm seriously.
sorry,
What you're talking is it's like Arabic.
Well, see, because every defined benefit plan has to be tested for fairness. I mean, it basically has to be tested for fairness because the way they came into existence was the whole testing part is because it's so executives can't give themselves, $10 million a year in defined benefit plans while the employees get, $25,000 a year. So they had to make it balanced so that the plans were very even. And that was the thought process behind it.
Just this
Typical
stupid
IRS.
organization on the word pension, like they're Jimmy Hoffa with picket signs or something in New Jersey. Look at who's on that list. You didn't learn about this at FIT, Monique?
No.
All right, Beanie Mac. The reason Dennis knows this. Dennis' background is in finance.
Sure,
I've
you don't doubt
had
that,
a
Dennis. No one's
Series 6,
doubting you.
Series 7.
Hey, does Dennis know how to party or what?
I am
Not all the
offensive
Mopar.
rebounding.
No car
Mopar.
Mopar
All right, moving on. We got to finish the show.
I feel lightheaded now.
I know.
My feeble brain can't process that information.
Laura Lackner.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago, she comes up to me and she says, "Hey, I bought you something I found in the store." I said, "Yeah, what'd you find?"
I'm
She
actually
goes, "It's
sweating.
a bad breathometer. I can blow into it, and it tells you on a scale of 1 to 4 how bad your breath is." She was like, "Well, you'll be dating soon. And, you're gonna make sure your breath is minty fresh." And, Laura. Hey, Laura.
Hi.
How are you?
It had nothing to do with your breath.
No, be honest. Seriously, be honest.
Listen.
Don't hold back.
No.
She's like the female Wayne Siegel.
In Gracious Homes one day,
Go ahead.
and the guy in front of me
Gracious
happened
Homes.
to have in his hand, and he was kidding to
The guy in
person
front of
behind
me.
the counter that he was going to be dating soon.
Behind the counter.
And so I just said, "Gee, maybe that's good to get for Howard."
Oh, so I swear to God, because you could tell me if I had bad breath.
I know.
I
And
would want to know.
I tell you other things.
Right.
So I'm not shy with you.
I'm not shy with you, Howard.
She's every Yenta. She's every
Oh.
Long
She
Island
goes,
Yenta.
the other night we were at the Son of the Beach party,
My sphincter is puckering with her voice.
and I said, "Oh, this is Laura, my assistant." I go, "Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say assistant."
Yeah.
And she said,
made a boo-boo.
She goes, "Yeah, you know what I am? I'm everything to you." And I said, "Yeah, you are."
Yes.
Monique, pause for a minute. Remember yesterday we were splitting hairs about Howard not saying the proper name. He just kept saying assistant over. And this is the opposite of that. So there was some switcheroo here. He will not say her name anymore, and it's just my assistant.
Is
the
Laura
opposite.
still with him?
Yes.
I don't know if
Do we
she's
know that?
hands-on or she's just like taking a
Because
step
don't
back.
forget, she's not that young.
No, she's Howard's age.
Yeah, so my thinking is that she may have now started taking more of a back seat
Yeah.
in the organization, as Beth called it yesterday.
The
So
organization.
I'm sure there are layers we know nothing about. There are layers in that house.
Hey, Laura.
Hi.
What is your title?
I don't know. We've gone through this for
No, you know what your title is.
executive administrative assistant.
Executive administrative assistant. And what?
Listen, other people use that title too, so I don't know if it means that much.
And let me ask you. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, Kathy uses that too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Kathy has that title too. She gave herself that title.
I didn't say I was your everything. You said, "What do you do for me?" And I just said everything.
Yeah. No, she's my everything.
My raises do, right?
Yeah. When are we doing that?
I sent you a memo last night.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she even memos for raises?
She memos me and goes, "It's time for my raise." And I'm like, "You're kidding."
Good for
Already?
her.
Every minute?
Oh, yeah, right.
Won't there ever come a time where you're making too much money and it's not time for your raise?
Oh, well, I'm sure that is a very prescient discussion when Laura Lackner hits 70 years old.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
You got
Kathy Tobin,
pension,
Jovi.
probably absolutely salaried out like 15 years ago, let's be honest.
For
But
all
she-
who don't know, Kathy Tobin was the office manager. She didn't come up that much on the show. I mean, you could listen to it for months and months and not hear her name. Dennis, did she ever get any major real estate on the show?
No.
Segment or Kathy Tobin?
Not that I remember. No,
Ask
I
Casey
mean,
about her.
Is she still around?
I don't. She didn't make it to Sirius, right? She didn't make the transition to Sirius. That became
What
Tracy
was her
Millman.
job?
when he-
Was
What?
she the actual executive assistant?
Office manager. So / assistant. She's also. I mean, isn't that the same thing?
Well, no, because what we're just reading here, executive administrator assistant means that there is an executive administrator.
I just mean that Kathy Tobin's job description, she can call herself an office manager all she wants. She's really his assistant. She's doing what he wants.
All right, let's finish this off.
Now, remember I had my assistant on the movie was Jody.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's not your level of assistant, but she's an assistant.
Well, she just went for like your coffee and things like that.
Right, so what do you call her? Yeah.
Now that you're
Coffee.
mentioning it, but on the credits on the movie, you put us both the same. So
What was your credit?
just assistant to Howard Stern.
No, what do you want from? What am I supposed to say?
Well,
She's an assistant too, but
I
she's not.
was separate until I think Ralph wanted a credit, and then they had bumped me up with Jody. But Ralph,
You see, this doesn't matter. Then, what do you call it? Callista Flockhart stole it from me.
Ralph
Yeah,
wanted
really?
a credit.
She didn't really steal it from me. I didn't have full-time work for Jody.
Jody, and she was wonderful. So
Yeah.
Melissa lucked out.
So I miss her too. I used to try to ask her questions about Callista Flockhart, like, does she eat? And she,
Oh, you love how skinny
This
Calista
is what
Flockhart
Sal did to
Mm,
Laura.
Shit. David says he remembers seeing Kathy Tobin pop in on an E! show when they were making fun of Grillo. She was in very ugly acid wash mom jeans. All right, I don't know who she is. Yeah, okay. I don't know
love when
anything
David
about her.
goes into queen mode. Right?
Yeah, he's total,
He just came out.
total queen. All right, this is the last thing we're playing for the night. Why does everyone leave on bad terms? So talk this up for us.
Okay, so this is a phenomenally underrated caller. I found this by accident. And he calls in after Artie's fired and he starts to needle it, almost like the guy Dan the Illini fan. He's needling Howard about why does people leave you and are you horrible to work for? And he builds to bringing up all the people who have been fired. And he makes Howard answer to Billy West, Stuttering John, Artie's gone. And it's really, I'd never heard this until a couple weeks ago. Somehow it's like 2011, 2012.
Thanks,
one of those
Buff.
weird-
Thanks, Buff.
Yeah, no, this is my own.
Thanks, Buff.
He deserves thanks for other.
I always listen, John. You get all the credit for all of these. You're the crypt keeper of all shit, Howard.
Do you think you're an easy guy to work for?
Raising money?
Like you aren't famous and everything. Do you think you're easy or you're a pain in the ass? Or like
I think I'm too easy. I got news for you.
you sound like a jerk also in person.
No, let me tell you something, Jim. I'm such a pushover. People take such advantage of me because I don't have the heart to fire them. But he sits back there and relaxes.
Doesn't sound like it. You mean you walk through the hallway, people have to
Ah, they don't have that. If I I want to just get off the air and go into my office. Everyone's allowed to do whatever they want around here. It's carte blanche around
Okay, I'm sorry. Tell that to the shusher.
here.
no matter where you go.
What?
It sounds like you're like that no matter where you go.
No.
Where is he? He's never anywhere.
I go home. I go to the computer. I'm sitting and writing all day.
Let me
Yeah, all
ask
day.
you, people weird hours and asking them to do stupid shit.
No. Never call anybody weird hours. No, Jim, I'm such a great guy. I
Well,
really
people who say
am.
they're great usually aren't, but okay.
Anybody? Jim, I am. I know.
Well, nobody's running in.
No one ever calls in to defend you about anything. Like, we make these stories, you got beat up as a kid. How come not one person calls up and say, hey, I'm one of the guys that beat you up?
Because they're all in jail.
Oh, they're all dead. You're talking about guys who mostly are in prison now or dead.
Well, no one ever backs your stories.
Because you know.
No, listen.
So if you're nice to work for, they're just not saying it. Or not.
Jason, go ahead, answer the question.
You know, you're great.
If he wasn't,
No pressure.
What?
If he wasn't famous and made you famous, you wouldn't quit?
No. What?
I don't know what that.
I don't even know job. Period. Even if Howard was a total dick, he's not, and it makes the job that much better. I don't know.
What horrific.
He's a
You
better.
don't read anything about I was a scumbag to anybody.
Yeah, because you're such a great guy. Last clip. Here we go.
Monique, one second, just 1 second.
Yes, what?
I'm sorry. He just brought up the shit we bring up about Roosevelt all the time. How in all these years, no one's ever called in to corroborate those stories. And racist Howard says, so if you're from Roosevelt, you're dead or in jail. The entire town. If you're black, you're dead or in jail. It's how I read that.
Because he got beat up by Polish kids, but that's okay.
He's speaking really fast, but you got to listen to what is.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch it, and I'm fading on it.
Be disgruntled. Aside from Jack.
Everybody.
No one.
Aside from Jack.
Stuttering John wasn't disgruntled.
Billy West.
Billy was disgruntled. I think Billy was
disgruntled with Tom, not with you.
I think Billy was disgruntled when he joined.
Nobody leaves that show on a good note.
On a good note.
Including Artie.
Artie and I are not
bros.
each other's throats. Artie had a problem.
They're bros.
And Jackie can't be that disgruntled. He's back working for us.
Well, he's desperate.
Well, you're right. If Jackie had made something of himself after leaving, he'd never speak to us again.
Right.
I mean, everybody who leaves the show, you don't talk anymore.
That's true.
There's a lot of people who've left the show that
Casey left the show. I talk to him all the time.
There's a lot of people who left the show that aren't on the air.
You talk to
Big organization, and we talk to all of them.
What?
You talk to Casey when he calls in.
And we email each other. I mean, fuck you. You know what? I don't know what you're trying to say. Listen, let me tell you something.
Very few people have left.
No one leaves me, and I'm so. Buddy, you're crazy. Goodbye, Jim.
Nobody leaves me. Nobody.
He has an email relationship with Casey apparently. Let's see if Casey can produce those emails.
Yeah,
He can send it to us.
Casey will probably listen to the show eventually, and he was saddened that he didn't pick up on us yesterday when we sniped him. And he apologized for not being able to come on, but he does want us to listen to that show that he did with that guy yesterday, who apparently was very interesting and had some stories about some stuff that I don't know what he's talking about. All right, so we're going to wrap up the show tonight. It is 10:20. We've gone on way too long as usual. Sadly, I didn't get to promote Dennis's show of DJ's Classic Cars. And of course, Al D isn't in the chat to do DJ's Classic Cars. So
DJ's
Dennis,
Classic Garage. Yes. Yeah, I yesterday I actually hit a weird milestone. I have 100. I had 100. Actually, 2 days ago I hit 112 followers.
Yay! That's last night while we were talking. You would all of a sudden went up to 112.
112.
Yay!
And actually, I've grown. I came off that number, unfortunately, so now I have more. But it's basically, if you like cars or semi interested in cars, I'll have something for you. I mean, it literally is just the average person that likes to do stuff on their car.
So when you have new
change 112, Dennis, you got to keep that for David Allen. And
Yeah,
Marcy and
cancel
getting things
people.
done.
I
You gotta
will
keep that
probably
number.
have something. I'll probably have something Thursday or Friday. I'm probably going to do something on wiring
My camera
because this is very misunderstood and probably the most dangerous things that you can do wrong in your car.
Wiring, the misunderstanding.
Because that's where fires start.
Misunderstanding wiring.
Yes.
All right, sounds like fun. All right, so do not forget, like Dennis's link to his YouTube is in the description down below. So make sure you pay
Yes, I can fix a tricycle.
and really pay attention to him and really like and subscribe his
Please.
channel so that he can gain
Pass it around.
Pass it around.
Mr. D, yes. Lucas Wiring, yes. Lucas, the Prince of Darkness. Yes, I'm very aware of them. The British used positive grounds because, well, they're British.
John, do you have a show coming up this week?
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
What will you
Yeah,
be
like,
reenacting this week?
maybe Bruce Whitkin. Like
I
it
love that
says,
you
we
do that.
actually uncovered new audio from San Francisco. I think we're gonna be going through the two of them going at it in the San
What I'd like
Francisco.
to know is why is Amber Heard on crutches? I saw her
only
with her
Tuesday,
baby.
guys.
Yeah, it is only Tuesday.
It's
Oh
only
yeah.
She has what they call histrionic
Yeah.
personality disorder, and I think she fell down the same staircase Beth did. Is my
she was
and she's going to
skiing.
be attending
Did
a
she
polo
shit
match.
herself?
She was skiing or something like that.
Yes, she's promoting Aquaman 2 with the crutches.
See, now what?
Yeah,
Go
like
this,
and subscribe to
and be like
Wino
this.
Forever the Deafening.
Yes, Wino Forever the Deafening. And Xavier, where can we hear you?
I have no idea.
On my phone at 10 a.m. All right. So, okay, so that's it for us for tonight.
I'm in the room.
We're glad you joined us tonight. It was interesting conversations. We didn't get a single super chat, by the way. People love us.
Yeah, I know. They hated
Thanks,
it.
guys.
They despise the show.
$1.99 to Stuttering John.
No 99 cents.
Stupid to him, but nobody cares
Yes.
about us. You don't love us. Really don't. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.